still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They're deceived with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Hope you all are doing great. Hope you all had a great weekend. And let's get right into the chart. Let's get some music going. I see some people's already in the chat here. Let me see who we got. We got Jeremy. Jeremy, good morning, Jeremy first. Nice. Roostar, just waking up. Yeah, I think it's early for you, man. Canada. That's an early morning. Vibe check. Good morning, Austin. Love to see you do these. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. I love doing these, man. I truly do. I love going on live and just, having a good time with you guys. You guys help me distract. I mean, I feel like I'm already pretty good when I get into trades, but like you guys help me just stay distracted when I'm in a trade, right? It doesn't even matter. But you guys are a great distraction. Good morning, everybody. Carlos, another Wolfpack member. Let me see all the Wolfpack members in here. Good morning. Riley Smith. Morning, Wolfpack. Good morning. I'll let some people join in here. I'll give it about a couple of minutes, and then I'll get into a little bit of like what I'm seeing in the markets today for NASDAQ and US30. Might be a boring day. Might even be a no trade day. I don't know. Mondays are pretty iffy. And again, just because I'm on live stream, I like to always emphasize this, especially for the newer viewers. Just because I'm on live stream doesn't mean I'm going to force a trade. You know what I mean? I always want to make sure I'm taking high quality setups, because who would I be, right, creating content about trading if I'm just sitting here forcing trades just because I'm on live stream, So if you do, well, the cap of the Wolfpack trade group is capped right now, so I would say to join that, but I do that Wednesday through Friday. But go and join the reserve list. So I did have one spot saved. So shout out to you, Atropine. I'm not sure if you're watching. I did have one spot saved for them because they were on vacation. But if you go into my Discord and you join my Discord, I have a Wolf certified section here. So if you see that, just react to this message with this little Discord emoji right here, and you'll be on the reserve list. So if anybody leaves, because I don't think we're always going to have exactly 60 members, a little bit over, right? But if anybody leaves or anything like that, I will message you guys and also tag you in the chat to make sure it's me, not a scammer. And you'll be added to this list. And I'll be like, hey, there's 1 spot available, 2 spots available, whatever. First come, first serve. And yeah, that's how I'll do things. Nice intro music. Thank you, thank you. It's like the only one that's really cool. Hey, shout out to Arvin. Thank you so much for the subscribe, Arvin.
Arvin Mossadegh subscribed to the channel.
Thank you, thank you. But yeah, so that's like the only really cool like intro song that's not copyright. That's like, unless, you know, because some of those non-copyright songs that YouTube has, they're just absolutely terrible. So let's get some music going, and we'll get into some pre-market analysis here. We got 15 people watching. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all so much for investing your time into me and trusting me to hang out with me for a little bit. Let's get a little volume check here. Let's get that up just a little bit. There we go. All right, let me know if anybody has any problems with that, if that sounds too loud or anything. Nice intro music. Arvin, hi man, you are so awesome. Thanks for going live. Absolutely, Arvin. Happy to do it, bro. I love doing it. All right, without further ado, let's get into some US30. So we got 8 minutes till market open. So if you see all these little funny indicators on my screen, these are my custom indicators. So I built out a suite of indicators of exactly how I like to trade using price action, market structure. So anything you see on the screen here, this is all my stuff. I'm building it out to be in one master indicator. So you see all it's called Wolf Suite. That's what I'm naming it. So all that stuff is going to be wrapped into one singular indicator. I'm working with my developer on getting that done for all my Wolfpack members. Also got my trade bots here that, again, trade just like me, passively hooked up to some prop challenges. So we got one open right now. We're in a little bit of drawdown, but it's all good. Over time, it kills it. So we got US30 here. Obviously, US30 has been correcting. I've been saying this for a while now. I mean, we were just on this massive bull run here. We were just due. We were just due for some. Let me turn my breakout indicator, my reversal indicator off here. We were just due for this huge correction, and then we did start correcting here. I think we're going to keep on keeping this bearish momentum. We could come all the way down here to a nice support level of around 34.9. If we did want to break all the way down here, we got all this room here. But for just today, this is what I'm looking at for my key levels and what I'm looking at for some support resistance. Yep, that's me. Just got back. What's up, Matt? But yeah, so for some support and resistance here that we're seeing, if we break below this New York low, in addition to breaking below my zone here, then I'll happily take this short, ride it all the way down to S1, which is a key support level. Or if we do break above and we break bullish for the New York Open, I would love to take this long here. And we have a little bit, and I want to make sure my entry candle is good. So like if we pump all the way up here, right, I would not want to take that long because we have this nasty looking consolidation zone that could really interrupt getting into this. In addition to just a bunch of key levels are in this area that could keep me from getting my full profit. But, you know, if we get like a little break here, I'll entertain that. And if I have to get out a little bit at a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio or a little over, I'll do that. And then for a short, same thing. I just want to see a break below these New York lows. I would love to see us just continue this bearish trend. This just looks like such an easy trade for me. And, I mean, I have all this room for my stop loss to still be protected if I did want to get into this. Now, if we look at NASDAQ, pretty much the same story. Looks just a little different, but kind of the same thing. There's a consolidation because, again, NASDAQ and US30, they move pretty similar, right? So same little consolidation, just a little bit smaller, but still, if we want to break bullish, and this is why I never trade before 9:30, guys. It's just too choppy. You see how we like broke bullish here, but then it just came right back into the zone. That's typically what happens. Sometimes you'll get these nice little breakouts early, but I just don't like risking it. It's too risky for me. So market open, if we do break bullish here, again, my indicators are telling me it's still bearish long term because it uses price action market structure, doesn't use lagging indicators or anything like that. But if we do break bearish, I'd like to see kind of the same thing with US30. I'd like to see how price reacts in this New York low. If I do want to get into a short, it would be somewhere where that reaction is pretty strong. If I can keep my stop loss protected. If we break down to something like this, my stop loss is way too exposed for healthy market structure just to do this right here and tag me out before it continues. So if that happens, I'll just wait. But I definitely don't want to do that. But I mean, it'd be a little bit risky taking shorts off S1 just because there was already so much movement. I'd be trading in momentum. And for those of you that are watching this stream, we got 19 now. Welcome everybody. You'll hear me say this a lot. I don't like to trade in momentum. So if you go to the 1 hour time frame, there is an indicator that I personally made called New York Average Pips. It's all about Wolf Suite, which is my stuff. So what it does is it tells you in a single New York session how much price movement does on average this asset that you're looking at move. So obviously we're looking at NAS 100 and it's telling me 155.79, right? And what it's doing is it's literally doing the calculation for you. It takes the top of the wick on every New York session. That's what you see in these little white highlighted areas. And then you go all the way down here. And you see right here, this one was 273. So you would consider this one above average. And then it's doing this, it's doing the same thing for this day. You see how it moved all the way up here, 206 above average day. So what I'm doing here is I'm making sure that I'm not trading in momentum. Okay, so if I see a long opportunity and I know in any given day on average NAS 100 moves 155.79, it would be very risky for me to say take a long up here. Again, I don't know if this was a valid long position, but let's just say on the lower time frame there was a long opportunity, and this is my setup for NAS here. Oh, I did a short, my bad. So if I did a long, say right here on a lower time frame, right, and I seen that price has moved, let's call it 98, right? I know that if my full take profit on any given scalp of NAS is 50, I have plenty of room before that distribution for the day is over with, right? Versus if I seen a long opportunity all the way up here, and I'm like, okay, well, NAS has already moved 152 out of the 155 on average, probably would be too risky for me. And you can see how now what I'm talking about is I'm trading in momentum. I'm trading at the end of that distribution. We don't like to do that. We don't like to trade in the end of the distribution because every single day, I don't care what assets you're looking at, there's a distribution, right? There's the start of the day, there's the peak distribution of the day, and then there's the end of the day where it starts to lower the volume. It looks like a bell, right? It's like a little bell curve. We as traders, if we're intraday traders anyways, I mean, you can argue this with swing trading too, but in trading in general, right, we want to get at the beginning of this distribution so we can maximize our profits. We don't want to get in around here where maybe the trade is a great setup, right? But if there's not enough momentum in the market to give us that full distribution, it doesn't make sense to get into that trade. It's too risky. You could potentially say you're getting into a long, right? And the trade will do this right here and it'll just peter out because it's just the end of the day. You don't want to trade in at the end of that distribution where there's no volume to even carry out that trade. So that's what I mean if you guys ever hear me say, you know, trading in momentum or trading at the end of momentum like that. That's what I do not like to do. So I would consider this more of a in momentum type of day since we're already starting out pre-market here. That would be like, yeah, 184. So just be way too risky for me. That's why I would only be looking at a short around here if we get a nice candle break with that New York low and my stop loss is protected. Oh, I think I put 2 here already. Oops. All right, let's go back down to the 5-minute time frame. We got market open just now. Good morning, everybody. Let me know in the chat where you're watching from. What time is it where you're at? We got Charlie, another Wolfpack member. Yo, what's up? Cap, hello, hello. Wolfpack Sebastian, what's up, Sebastian? Wolfpack rolling deep this morning. Now, see, this is what I was not really wanting to see from my US30 as far as the long entry here. It's kind of a running joke in the Discord that my pre-market analysis plays out perfectly, but then I never get a solid entry after that. And that's what we're kind of seeing here is like, look at this, my pre-market analysis, we're almost, if I were to like say set a limit order here at the cross of that line, it'd have been almost a TP now, but I just don't like taking off the 930 because it's super risky. Because then at 930, all this volume could come out, and then boom, it could take me out in the other direction. So you truly just never know. But for US30, where there's so much more movement, if we want to keep on ripping bullish, I'll gladly take a long off of R1. We just need to see a nice follow through there. See, look at this. This is why who wants to trade in this candle? Like, you know what I mean? Look at that. Huge bullish candle and then just a giant wick out of nowhere. Yep, and this is why we don't take the trades off the 930 candle, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. That is nuts. Absolutely exploded, and then just is like, nope, we're going to dump now. Watch US30 bounce here. Yeah, it's kind of in that little consolidation zone now. That's why I kind of kept this up here. I don't really normally like to keep my screen full of all this clutter with like all these different zones. I kind of just look at them because, you know, it gets really distracting. But in this case, this was a major consolidation zone where price literally bounced around for all of, what is this, London and Asian session. So I wasn't really... It didn't really bother me to have just this one here, but you can see now it's breaking through that little consolidation zone. That's why I said if it wants to. Now you see this little green highlight. So these little highlights that you see behind my chart, behind my candles, this is my indicator called the breakout indicator. Now again, this is all using exactly how I trade. It's analyzing in the indicator the likelihood of it being a true breakout versus a false breakout. And it also takes into consideration these pivot points and major areas of support and resistance. So if you see it green here, it's telling me that this is a likelihood of a bullish breakout. So if we do get a nice break on the 935 anywhere here, I'll entertain that US30 long for sure. My golden pocket US30. The golden pocket, yeah, let's see. This is that at the golden pocket on the 5th? Yeah, it's right there. Look at that. That's funny. That's like right at 6.18 and 6.5. Let's see if it breaks through. All right, NASDAQ is back in range. Let's see if we break bearish here. Where is my There it is. Got 25 viewers. Guys, thank you all so much once again. Like, I can't say this enough. Thank you all so much for rocking with me and joining these streams. I literally started this channel 2 or 3 months ago. Had, you know, a handful of viewers, but I'm thankful for if we just get one viewer. I'm thankful for at least one person wanting to watch and just hang out. So we're slowly increasing the viewership. Everything's slowly, just organically, nice and slowly. Nothing artificial and crazy is increasing. That's what I like to see. So I really am appreciative of every single one of you hanging out on the stream, getting value from this. And if you do get value, drop it a like, you know, comment, anything that sparks the YouTube algorithm to let me know, hey, let's support these small creators out here. All right, we got a little under 2.5 minutes left on this bullish candle here. I want to see how this bullish candle plays out for NAS for a potential long. One thing I'd love to see, in addition to it breaking above here, let me turn off this average indicator. I forgot to turn it off. There we go. If we do want to continue bullish, I mean, it does look pretty good as far as market structure goes. We got my bullish indicator here. We got a high bullish volume candle happening. Looks very beautiful. I'd like to see it close above here, right? If we want to really turn the tide, I'd really love to see a closure above this little high. We do have a little bit of a resistance here as well, but this really fits my rules. I would just need to see a really nice confident candle to the upside. Other than that, freaking US30 just looks great if it just wants to continue this way. Let's go down to the 5 minute here. Yeah, look at this. So even on the 5 minute time frame, it's now just breaking through that little consolidation area. It is launching right off that. So if we want to, I mean, we got this for sure breakout here. Not for sure, but it's a confirmed solid breakout. If we want to close above here and it looks really great, I'll take a long off of R1. Meme Crypto, aka Buster. What's up, man? Buster, another Wolfpack member. What's up? Welcome. Used to have the 15 minute. Yeah. I was just looking at the 15 minute because, you know, we're just now at our entry level here at 9:35. So I was fine just watching the 15 minute. Because another thing I like to do on the 15 minute, again, a lot of people from my group know this. I like to see how market structure forms, because one thing that I do not like with US30, it won't deter me necessarily because we are on this huge bullish uptrend with US30. But one thing I don't like is when you see on the 15 minute time frame, we've got 30 seconds left on this candle. But on the 15 minute time frame, it's just this huge impulse move to the upside. When you have these impulse moves, normally what do you see after an impulse move? You see a correction, right? And that's healthy. It's not like it's bad, but it's healthy to have some type of impulse move, and then you just have a little bit of a correction before a continuation. So basic trading 101, right? You got this impulse move, got a little bit of a correction, and then a continuation, right? Or you have an impulse move, a correction, and then a complete reversal, right? So what I would not want to see, and you can kind of see this happening now on the lower time frame, but even on the 15 minute, we got 4 minutes left. On the 15 minute, you have this huge impulse move. At some point, it's going to move and correct. And those of you that follow how I trade, I love to see that correction and then a continuation with my entry. Not to say that I would not enter here. It's just I would consider that an even better setup because we've seen it multiple times. I mean, US30 and NAS, sometimes they don't even care, bro. They just keep on going. And I'm all for getting in that trade, especially early in the day. The earlier in the day I can get a trade, the better. Let's get my... There we go. Look at that. There we go. So, shout out to, I think Danny was one of my members there. They were saying, make sure you get the logo. Make sure you get the chart below the logo. So there you go. You guys can see the chart that I'm using. But yeah, so in TradingView, for NAS and US30, I use a Wanda. Because it truly doesn't matter, guys. I say this a lot. If you want to be a prop trader or you are actively trading on a prop firm using whatever brokerage, just use one of the major ones like a Wanda, because the price doesn't matter. What matters is the market structure. So you're always going to have slightly different prices. You're never going to have a chart that's exact in price. And it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you know that the market structure is going to be the same. So like if you get, say, a short here, all you do is just take a line, draw where you would put your stop loss, and see where that intersects with candles, and then go to your MT4, MT5, see where those candles are, and then that's where you put your stop loss. And then you can start to find how many points is your stop loss in your specific brokerage, and then you don't have to do that, and you'll always know, hey, okay, if I'm using 50 stop on US30, I know that's 50 points on my MT4, or maybe that's 5,000, or maybe that's 500. But you can use that little tip there to work around and find what that number is for you. And it won't be exact, but you can kind of get a rough estimate. So we got a really hard rejection here off US30. Come back down here. We got a really nice volume candle for a bearish. Look at all these, all my indicators, bro. They're working hand in hand. We got bearish momentum. We got bearish volume coming in. We got a bearish trend. I can turn on my strength indicator to see how strong of a trend it is on the, I like to look at the 15 minute. So on the 15 minute, there's really nothing currently, but the previous strength was overall rangy. But I don't really want to take this into consideration. So red means ranging. Because this was Asian and London session, price does mostly range in Tokyo session. So I don't really care about that. I don't like to keep that on though because it paints all over my chart. My golden pocket said nope. We're going back down. Yeah, and it's funny too, that golden pocket. If you guys are fans of Fibonacci tools, that's right at where that consolidation was, right? So it's so cool to see, and I tell people this all the time. This is why it doesn't really matter what strategy you guys use. What matters is sticking to your overall plan for a long period of time. And this is one of the reasons I love to show off my trading bots, because this is what it looks like. This is why most traders fail. You see right now, my bot took a long, and I'm about halfway in drawdown, even though I was about halfway in profit here, but it is what it is. Because you can see, using this bot, using the settings, this bot trades exactly like I do, and you can see over time, if you just stick with a plan, if you stick to one singular plan, it literally doesn't matter if you take some losses. It doesn't matter if you take back-to-back losses. You can go to the list of trades here. You can see this bot took 2 losses back-to-back. This bot could take 3 losses back-to-back, but due to good risk management, you can see it took 2 losses here, but due to risk management, the winners are bigger than the losses, and that's what it is. That's totally fine. Went on a freaking 3-win streak here. Lost this one. Look at this. Went on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losing streak, and then it came right back. Like, that's just how you have to look at trading. It's a long-term thing. This is what deters people from trading, is they see one little loss here and they're like, oh nope, strategy doesn't work. They see 2 little losses, oh nope, we got to go into another strategy, and they go to another strategy, and they go to another strategy. When at the end of the day, all these strategies, if you're using price structure and market fundamentals, if that's the basis of any strategy, we're all going to kind of have similar, little technical analysis, I guess you could say. Like, we all have kind of similar trade ideas. Yeah, it's probably not going to be exact, but it's probably going to be pretty similar, I just thought that was funny because with Bowie mentioning the Fibonacci thing, and you can see for me, right, I don't necessarily use Fibonacci, but I like to use consolidation zones, and it's like the same thing. It's like they're the same areas. Let's hope it goes back up and breaks though. Yep, I'd love to see that. I would love to see that. NASDAQ is just ranging, and you know, the bigger these zones are too, this is why. So the reason why I opened up the stream and told you guys it may be a very boring stream in relation to not getting into a trade. And for those of you that are new, I am very disciplined when it comes to trading. If I don't see a setup, I'm not going to take it. I don't care if I'm streaming. I don't care if I'm just by myself. I'm not going to take it, right? I'm not going to force a trade just to because I'm on stream. So you see how wide my zones are here. So this zone is, yeah, super like 70 large, right? 70 long. And then for US30, it's a little tighter, I think. 140, 136, okay, somewhere around there, but still, these ranges are about the same size, right? You can see the wider these ranges typically are, the more rangy the market usually is going to be that day. Less likelihood for breakouts versus, well, I don't have my ranges pulled up here, but versus like I think Friday was a very tight day. Yeah, Friday was a super tight day. And you can see how trendy it was, right? Broke out up here, then broke out down there versus just ranging and bouncing up and down like we see with NASDAQ. We got a really nice breakout green over here with a true bull bar. We got bullish trend, all these different confirmations, man. I love to see it. That's another reason I love these live streams. You guys can see my custom indicators, which the Wolfpack has free access to, no additional charge. You can see them all work in tangent with each other. It's not like one indicator is saying this, one indicator is saying that, and they're kind of like, no, this is literally my strategy into indicators. And you can see them all agreeing with each other. These little blue bars here, they're true bull bars. You can see this is telling me there's a ton of bullish momentum in the market with the volume and where it's at in relation to the trend. It uses moving averages with my bull bars, telling me there's bullish market, telling me there's trend breakouts here. I mean, what was this? This was the 925 candle. Again, I don't like to trade pre-market unless it's an A+ setup, but you can see this would have hit full take profit. But it could have went the whole other direction too. So I don't like to sit there and dwell on those types of trades. What did that US30 bounce off of? Hopes and dreams. That was a strong bounce. This is a consolidation zone, Roostar. As you all know, that's another thing I love to do. And again, guys, there's no real standard template of finding consolidation zones. I like to see where is the majority of these candles bouncing out of, right? And I'll take my little rectangle tool and I'll draw it on the top of the candle bodies of where most of the candle bodies are. And then same thing for the bottom. I'll draw where the, oh, I messed it up here. I'll draw at the bottom of where most of the candle bodies are. I won't get all of them, right? Because these are just little liquidity grabs. And then boom, 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 boom. And this is just where price is like just knocking around, right? So this tells me that the market really likes to buy and sell tightly in this area. So it's very risky to take a trade in this area because you don't know what direction it's going to, but you know that the longer that consolidation is, the stronger the breakout is. And you can see exactly what happened here Friday. That's what happened, right? Consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. Broke a little bit, came back, consolidated, just bounced around here a little bit, then broke out strong, broke down strong, right? So this area is a very key area. And you guys, if you're just joining, you can go back on the time here, and you can see price reacted perfectly off my zone because that's what happens. It's very, very simple. TA is the most simple part of trading. The hardest part is, again, mastering your mind, and that's what we focus on with the trade group. So you can see here, price is just bouncing in this area. So if we get a strong breakout to the upside on R1, that tells me that's a very valid long. Could get stopped out. I don't care what happens after that, but because all I can control is my entries, and that tells me that's a very solid breakout for a potential breakout to the upside, where we can then retest these New York highs, hitting my full take profit, where we can then, if we do break out of those highs, come up here and retest these previous highs like at the beginning of August. So Just a lot of nice confluences that are agreeing with each other. Music/Bill Art. Good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. Roostar, sorry, was a late wake up for me. No worries, man. No worries at all. It's very, very big. It's very, very important to always find context of price, guys. All these zones are is just telling me where is price most likely going to react. And one of my best mentors that has ever taught me in trading, he wishes to remain anonymous, by the way, but one of the best mentors I've ever, the dude is amazing. He taught me if price reacts off of your TA, then your TA is correct, right? You're drawing market structure correctly, but you're drawing the TA correctly that market structure is reacting off of. But if you're drawing all these random lines and stuff and price is just not even messing with it, probably need to go back to the drawing board. We got 30 viewers in the audience. Thank y'all so much. I think our all-time high so far was 2 weeks ago, where we hit, I think, 32, 33 viewers. So share this with your friends. Anybody that is interested in trading, anybody that even has a thought. Maybe you have a friend that keeps on getting wrecked, right? Maybe they're trying to trade, or maybe they're doing some other time. Maybe they're gambling. I don't know. And they're just maybe needing to learn another additional side hustle to make some real money. I don't care what it is. Share it with them, right? It's free. Click that subscribe button. Tune in for a little bit. See what it looks like to really trade. You know, you get all these flashy TikToks and YouTubes and Twitters and Instagram posts, all this stuff, right? Lamborghinis, and they're in these high top sky rises, trading all the guys. This is trading. And if you want to learn real trading, this is real trading. Sitting, marking your zones, and being patient for your setup of whatever that setup may be. And for me, right, and again, I try to tell people this all the time. My trading and my way of trading is not the way of trading. There's hundreds of ways to be profitable trading these days. There's a guy that is a prop firm trader. I'm not going to, mention his name. He's an amazing prop firm trader, and he doesn't even look at the chart, guys. He literally has a strategy that I can't even put it into words because it's very complicated. I don't personally get it, but he doesn't even look at the chart. Like, he uses chance and all this other math. I don't even know. I can't even explain it, so I'm not even going to get into that. The dude doesn't even look at charts, but he sticks to that same strategy. Does he take losses? Absolutely, but he makes insane payouts. He literally shows payout proof all the time, making multiples of 6 and 7 figure payouts. And it's like, that's, if you guys need any proof, right, that you don't need a strategy hop. You don't need to go from this strategy to this strategy to this strategy. That's the proof right there. So my strategy works on the 5 and 15 minute time frame. You'll see some traders trading on the 1 minute time frame, 30-second time frame, so just like you'll see some traders trading on the 1 hour time frame. This is not better or worse. It's just a way, because the most important part of trading that, ladies and gentlemen, you have to realize and you have to understand is the patience, is the discipline. So many people will want to tune into live streams like this to get buy or sell signals or something like that, expecting the person to take hundreds of trades, when that's just not how reality works. And that's not how real trading works either. Good, solid traders, man, they may take 2 to 4 trades a day. You know, maybe if you trade on the lower time frames, like the 1 minute, maybe 5 or 6, right? But that's about it. I don't know any. I mean, I'm sure there are. This is just a bias because I haven't done extensive research, but I don't know many really well-off traders that take like 10 to 20 trades a day and they're just like racking it up, right? The only people I know that take 10 to 20, 30 trades a day are very unprofitable. They're not good. They may get lucky and show that one winner out of 19 losses, but it usually doesn't end up well for them. Huge rejection here. See, and this is what I'm talking about with NAS. If I keep seeing this rangy type of price action here, probably not going to even get into trading NAS today. You see how like it's just bouncing around in this huge area here? I'm just not I'm not with that. Not with that. Came up here looking like it was going to break. And what will happen, right, is we might see a break and then it'll come up here, break, and then boom, right back down, hitting stop loss instantly. And I don't want to do that, so I don't want to even be a part of that mess. So I may just, if we keep ranging here, I may just write off NAS for the day because it's just too big of a range for me to feel comfortable anyways now. Oh wow, UJ just absolutely exploded, almost back at break even here. Another cool thing, so the Wolfpack members are getting full access for my trading bot when this Wednesday actually. And an additional thing that I added to my trading bot was, let me pull up, I think it's this chart. I don't know. I need to start naming my charts. Oh man, it's not. Hold on. Let me find which chart this is. Here we go. Let's see. It's one of these charts. Is it this one? I think it is. Aha, it is. There we go. All right, so this is my trading bot, right? So you can see this is the UJ. I think these settings are slightly different. Let's see. Anyways, what I'm trying to show you guys is I added this new feature that the traders are going to be able to test. So what I was doing was I was looking back in my trading plan here, and I was seeing what are my biggest losing days. And one of them, so it used to be Wednesdays were pretty good, but lately Wednesdays have been very kind of 50-50. And I was like, you know, what days could I just eliminate altogether to kind of help out my overall statistics? And if you look here, so if you go to, if you see here on my bot, if I just eliminate, I think it was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? The results just get dramatically better. But the cool thing is you can now have the functionality. No, it might not be. I don't know which day it was, but you can come through here and it'll completely turn off the bot for whatever day it is. Now, here's another cool functionality is you can turn off this bot ahead of time. If there's, say, a news event that's about to happen. So say CPI is about to happen on Wednesday. Say you don't even want the bot to trade. You can come over here, click Wednesday, save your alerts to this new setting here. And you can just turn off the bot for that Wednesday and then come back after Wednesday, turn it back on, and then you're good to go. So I'm really happy with this bot. And another thing that I'm doing is you'll find a lot of these bot services, right, that work with these prop firms. They don't work with prop firms, they just do it. And then what happens is a lot of users end up getting banned from these prop firms because why is my cursor doing that? Because they were copy trading, right? And they get banned because they're taking trades similar to other people. Well, I don't want that mess. And additional service that I'm going to be doing for my Wolfpack trade group is they're going to have access to these bots, but in the future, I'm going to be working with a prop firm, a real good prop firm, not some sketchy prop firm that is like, hey, okay, as long as you're under Austin Clark and you're using the Wolfpack trade group members, I'm going to maybe 20 to 30 people max. It's not going to be something huge. They're going to have access to use these bots passively for the same strategies that I use. So that's going to be super cool. It's going to be a great, I guess, insurance policy to where like, hey, you're not going to get banned for using this bot, even though 20 other people are probably using the same strategy. So really exciting stuff in the future with the Wolfpack Trade Group. I'm super proud of the people in there making progress. People are literally posting in the weekly progress stuff. And I mean, shout out to you guys. You guys have been absolutely killing it. Let's show off some of the members here. People, shout out to Roostar. Came to the realization of myself that I'm just an impulse. Yep, I mean that's how you got to be. You got to, and look at this. You can see my screen over here. I don't know if people want me to shout their actual usernames. But you can see this is the weekly progress. You can just keep seeing people posting amazing progress in the Wolfpack here. So we got a little bit of a bearish breakdown on NASDAQ now. But we're just so rangy, guys. I don't know if I want to take that. You know, I mean, we're just so rangy. And we got this zone down here, so it'd be very risky to take this short anywhere here where we just bounce off this zone and get stopped out. So I'm probably not even going to be taking this NASDAQ trade. NAS just doesn't look clean for me. It looked clean this morning, but as price action is starting to tell me that we just kind of want to bounce off these areas and not really break out in any direction, I just don't want to take it, so I'm not going to. Have we got the Wolf Music bot in here as well by the sounds of it? So we're listening to the same playlist that the Wolf Music bot does, but man, that thing has a mind of its own. It starts playing some crazy music. USD Swiss franc is climbing nicely as well off the pivot. Nice. Yeah, we got some other people. Simon, you like to trade all these different assets, bro. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. And see, look, okay, perfect example with NASDAQ, guys. You see how it looks so good? You see this candle here? It looks so good, right? And now it's just bouncing off of here. So if you did a limit order, or even if you took the trade off here, you'd be like so in drawdown now. It's just, I'm not with it. We may just bounce around this range all day. But even if we get a super ugly close, or even a good close, it may be ugly, and it just may come right back around on us. So I'm not with it. I don't like it. I'm writing NAS off for the day. Did you guys just see me spill coffee? Ooh. Look at this, man. We're just bouncing around this zone. But this is what I like to see for US30 long term. Okay, remember what I said. If you are just now tuning in, go back in time, and I'll repeat it just a little bit of what I said. We had this huge impulse move to the upside. Okay, so who was with me in the beginning? I want to see in the chat. Does anybody remember what I said? We had this huge impulse move to the upside. When you see these impulse moves, you get a nice little correction, right? A little correction, then if it wants to continue, we'll continue. And that's kind of what we're seeing here, where if we want to have this impulse move to the upside with US30, bounce off here, consolidate for a bit, and then bounce off within that, right? That's what I kind of want to see. I'll even leave this over here just to see if we can get that to play out. But because this, you know, statistically, when you leave arrows on your chart, it makes price do what you want to do. How do you like your coffee, Austin? Black. Yep. Yeah, I got, I don't know if you can see. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I'd drink it black. Sometimes I'll put maybe some sugar-free creamer in it and stuff or something like that, but I just like it black, man. This one's super coffee, so stupid expensive brand, by the way, but they have like vitamins and antioxidants and protein, all that stuff in it. Don't know how the heck they do it. Probably it's fake, I don't know. But it tastes really good. It's like chocolate flavored black coffee, so I like it. Yeah, I'm not digging US30, guys. Look at that. Look at how disgusting that looks. Who even wants to trade this mess? I don't even know how anybody would be mad at me for not taking a trade today. Look at this. We got just bouncing off here, coming back here, bouncing off here. That's nasty, bro. Who wants to deal with that? For all my squeeze traders out there, we do have a squeeze coming on US30. And so for the new people who don't know what a squeeze is, you just draw your trend line support, draw your trend line resistance. And again, this is on the 5 minutes, so take that with what you will. But do have a nice squeeze forming. Just like that. And usually these little patterns here, again, I don't trade patterns, but these little patterns here, they're indicative of like a trend continuation. So if you kind of want to make it in like very simple terms, it's like you have all this momentum, right? And then at some point you got to rest. So you have all this momentum and then they're taking a little break and then they're going to continue, right? But they can also break right back down. You don't really know which direction. I mean, my crystal ball doesn't really work that well, but for the most part, when you see this little pattern form off of a very strong bullish candle, it's telling me we potentially could break out to the upside. We just see my green shaded area pop up here with this bullish indicator telling me that we could break out, and looks like we're breaking out right now. We just need a solid close to break out of this consolidation. We never really closed outside of this consolidation all morning. Look at this. I mean, it pretty much was right on point with that zone. I mean, yeah, that's a weak close. I wouldn't really consider that a nice close outside. But look at this. We got a true bull bar. So if I turn on my bull bar, you see how it's turning on and off? It's painting those little marks here. It's telling me there's a true bull bar in the upwards direction. If I turn on my volume bars, it's not really painting anything yet. I just love seeing all this kind of work hand in hand, man. I'm so proud of what I built here. Carlos, did you draw that consolidation zone for US30 from price action outside of a New York session? Yes. Carlos, you are learning, man. Carlos is an amazing Wolfpack member. So, if you see here, so this is the consolidation zone that I went off of. So this is the previous New York session high right here. So don't get this zone mixed up with the New York high. The only reason I drew this zone this morning, and I even mentioned it, so for those of you that are a Wolfpack member, I do pre-market analysis every morning. So let's go to my pre-market analysis channel here. I'll share it off with you guys. So this morning I did my US30 and NASDAQ pre-market analysis. For long superclease price action with a bit of consolidation zone at the top of my full TP. And at the time, my full TP was right where price is now ranging at because it didn't give me a nice entry. So this was the consolidation zone that I was talking about in my pre-market analysis. And you can see exactly that. So my pre-market analysis, my TP was right here. This was that range that I was referring to. I just didn't draw it on the screen because I didn't want to confuse anybody with the New York high being up here. So we got 5 seconds left. Love this candle. I just want to see some follow through. Nice. Okay, I love this candle. We closed really nice and bullish. I want to see a nice close. Screw you, NAS. I'm not even looking at NAS anymore. US30's got the show this morning. Look at that. Look at that reaction. See what I was talking about, guys? Look at that. When price reacts off your TA, you know you're doing something right. At least something. I don't make money, right? But at least I'm joking. But if I turn my trend direction off, that wick almost was perfectly on there on R1, just rejected hard. So now that we have this huge impulse move to the upside, what I would love to see, we have this huge impulse move. Let's come back down a little bit, right? Chill out just a little bit, bounce off this zone, and then we take an entry off the, well, I take an entry. You guys do what you want to do, but I take an entry off the break of that correction and then continuation. So now we're kind of in the, because this was the correction, this is the continuation. Now I want to see a little bit of a mini one if we want to do that, because that's such a huge candle. But either way, as soon as we get a nice break to the upside here, I'll take this long all day. So I'm going to get my order ready because we got 3.5 minutes left, and looking like it wants to kind of flirt with that R1 line. Little rejection there. Be right back, guys. Jeremy's still looking at the 5-minute chart. Yes. Looking at the 5-minute chart. We got that nice rejection off R1. We got that nice camera rejection where it turns off. There we go. I'm just looking at my UJ bot. We're pretty much at entry now. My UJ bot took a nice full take profit here Thursday. So we broke bearish right here on UJ. Now this is 4 in the morning because this bot trades when I'm asleep. Because right, UJ, US dollar, Japanese yen, Tokyo session to London session. Broke bearish. Look at that full take profit. Beautiful, beautiful trade. And then it closed with a little bit of a loss of this short here because it's programmed to close out a trade when the session ends, just like here. So it just eliminates the loss that you don't have to take on. Just like here, took a long, couldn't squeeze out that full take profit, so it took partial profit at the end of that session. Same thing here. Beautiful 2 candle, 3 candle take profit here. I mean, man, this bot's so good. And even then, like, right, you take a loss, right, but then this win makes back so much of that loss plus profit. So you can even see here on the trade log. So this is the 28th of July. So 28th of July. These two trades here. So you see how the loss is greatly smaller than the win. So this is just at 2,000 Japanese yen. Just go off the percentages, right? 0.25%, but it won 0.45%, right? Good risk management. That's all you need. You got to be okay taking the losses. because trading is nothing but a math game. Carlos, yes, I learned so much from the Wolfpack in 1 month. Not even sure I would understand my question last month. I'm happy to hear that, bro. I'm really happy to hear that. And I love hearing that type of stuff. Again, guys, I don't make promises about like money or returns or anything like that because everybody's journey is different. But what I can tell you is if you stick to the plan, stick deadly to the plan, build your psychology, you will see results, right? And you're not going to see monetary results right off the bat. No one does. You're going to see you change and grow as a trader, right? It may take you 2, 3, 4 months to turn a net profit after making all these mistakes and going through the learning phase, or it may take you more, it may take you less, who knows? So we got a nice bullish candle break off of R1 here. Anywhere in this area, I'll definitely take a long. My max comfortable level would probably be about here because I want my stop loss still to be protected by R1, right? So anywhere in this area, under here, anywhere here, as long as the wick isn't too big on the top, I'll take that. I'll take that all day. Just getting my order ready on US30. So we should look at price action outside of New York session 2. I thought we should only look for previous price action from the same sessions we are trading in. No, Carlos, this is what I talk about when it comes to being a 3-dimensional trader instead of a 2-dimensional one, right? So, and what I mean by 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional is you never want to trade with blinders on. I don't care what strategy you use. I don't care what you do. You never want to just look on. And when I say blinders, like, you know, like in the horse races when they have those blinders and you can only see what's in front of you. So if you only stick to the 5-minute, only look for candle breaks instead of looking for context to price and all that stuff, you will never get the full picture of the chart. You will never get the full picture of why price is doing what it's doing, where price is most likely going to go, where price is going to do X, Y, Z. You're never going to have that context. Okay, so when I see, and this is just so like, this is kind of the struggles with explaining any type of strategy that uses market structure and price action, because you can't like standardize it, right? Because price action is so different every single day. So I can't tell you exactly every single session what I'm looking for because it's going to be different every session. But you have to have that ability as you grow as a trader to do that, right? And to find that, and you'll find that as you come. So again, today for this session, yes, I did the New York highs, New York lows. I drew my zone, drew my pivot points, all that stuff, right? But in addition to that, I noticed, because again, this just comes with time, I noticed price bouncing a lot in this area. And I noticed that this zone was very respected. You can see here, bounced off. You can see here, it broke through. You can see here, it broke through, came back, ranged just for a little bit before it broke again. So you can see this is a very respected key area. And you can even see, again, price did exactly that here for this session. So when you see that, you just have to use that 3-dimensional thinking to add that to your session for the day when it comes to doing your pre-market analysis. You'll never have a day where it's just, yep, I'm just going to do X, Y, Z and, you know, look on the 5-minute time frame for breaks. You always have to still be looking for that context to price no matter what session you're looking at. So again, for this candle here, right, because this is what a 2-dimensional trader would look at. Anywhere that's a break, they'd take the trade. A 3-dimensional trader would be like, okay, well, let's think a little critically. We have this huge wick that's being reacted from the top. If we have a really weak close here, I don't want to get into that, right? But if we close anywhere around here, I'll get into that because that's telling me the market for sure wants price to be in that area. So we got 20 seconds left. Anywhere in this area, I'll take a long. If it closes really weak, like right here, no, I'm not taking that because that's telling me there's still sellers struggling to keep, or there's still sellers pulling and holding that price back. But here, I'll gladly take this long. So we got 8 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, don't like that. So see, and this is just that discipline. You see that huge wick on the top? I just don't like that. That's not telling me that's a confident candle. This huge wick on the top here, this is an ugly looking candle. So you have to have that discipline to say, no, I don't like that trade. That doesn't scream high quality to me, so I'm not going to get into it. Could this trade absolutely rip and take off? Who knows? But what I like to say, and the analogy that I like to say, is people get lucky in a casino every once in a while. right? So this would be a casino trade, in my opinion, where, yeah, we broke, but this candle was not confident in the slightest. We have this wick on the top telling me there's still sellers bringing price down. We have a big wick on the bottom telling me that overall this candle, in this moment in time, the market was very indecisive. When we have big wicks on the top and bottom like this, the market doesn't know what the heck it wants to do with price. But when we have this huge candle like this, right, this is telling you the market wants price to go up. And you can see, following this big candle, what did price do? Price went up. But now, in this moment in time, you're seeing that the market just doesn't know what the heck it wants to do. We got buyers and sellers both competing against each other. Now the buyers won, right, because it closed bullish. You can't see that because my candles are, so a light gray candle is bullish and then dark gray candle is bearish on my chart. But when you see that kind of happening, it's just not a confident candle that says, I want to go long here. So what we want to see is we want to see a very nice candle break above R1. Or if we're finding support here like we're seeing here, you see this wick bouncing off of R1. So if R1 then wants to turn into support, what we need to see is a strong bullish candle to the upside that will close, and then I'll take a long off that. But we just do not like, we don't like this mess, right? So if I took this trade, we'd be sitting a little bit of drawdown. Now drawdown isn't a bad thing. You're going to be in drawdown no matter the trade, but you can just see as an example here how this next candle following this candle is forming. It's just not a good candle. It's just not a good candle. And you can see, like, and people can attest to this, right? Let me know in the chat. You can even attest to this. When you have price that closes really good and solid with US30 and NAS, it keeps on going, right? When you have something that just keeps on going, like, I mean, and again, you can look at Friday for this as an example. I don't know what my levels and stuff are for Friday because I clear my chart every single day. But look, let's just take this consolidation for instance. Let's say the bottom of this zone was a zone here that we would look for a nice break. You see this nice candle closing to the downside with volume telling me that there's bearish volume. US30 respected that. This would have been, I mean, and again, this is just an example. This isn't a valid short. I don't know what the heck I was doing at this moment in time. But you see how this would have been like little to no draw to, because US30 and NAS, once you have these confident candles, they just end up most of the time going in that direction. Now, sometimes does healthy market structure like this trade, right? I took a long here. This was an actual long. I'm just watching US30. Got a minute and a half left. So you see how this trade, I almost got stopped out actually. This was a very annoying trade. So I took a long off the close here because this was a confident candle. The wick was a little on the risky side, but I still considered it a good candle. A little bit of draw, almost all drawdown, right? But then it came up and I took profit here at the reaction of this level. And that's what, you know, this confident candle, sometimes this will happen. But you see how all these confident candles led to just a breakout to the upside? That's what I'm kind of talking about. So this was an example of just really building on your psychology and watching your portfolio, your account in this trade get almost stopped out. Michael, morning. Another Wolfpack member, morning. Happy to see you all supporting the channel, being here. Really, really love to see it, man. And see, look, again, I know sometimes I repeat myself, but I really just want to hit home to the newer people watching. The people that are more experienced and that's been with me for a while, they're probably like, Austin, shut up, we get it. But for the new people that join, I really want you to get value from these live streams because they're free, right? You're not paying for any of this. So you see how at the majority of the likelihood of this candle, this 5-minute candle, it was just bouncing around in this area. Now at the end of it, it's choosing to break out. Now I like this candle, by the way. So if we do want to close anywhere in this area, I'll take this short. I mean, take this long. So we got 7, 6, 5, 4. All right, I'm in. I took that long off that really nice candle there. Now that was a confident candle, right? This candle told me we bounced off of R1, we turned a resistance into support, and now I entered at the close of that candle. That is a good confident candle in my opinion. And now what we can look for is we can look for if price wants to come up here and retest these highs. But give me 1 second. I'm going to put my stop loss in. $50. Ooh, I got a pretty bad feel on Crypto Fund Trader on that trade. That was pretty bad. Oh, that's because I'm on the 1 minute. Oops. That was still a bad feel. Yeah. So on my Crypto Fund Trader account, it filled me at the top of this wick here, right there. But then on my MyForex funds, it filled me right here, so that's fine. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Throw some likes for the Wolfpack. Thank you, Roostar. Appreciate that. Let's see, what do we got for the UJ bot here? Are we up now? Are we rich? Are we going to buy a Lambo? Still at break even. So, and again, at 11:45 at the close of that candle, it'll take this trade out. So we got about an hour, a little over an hour. Yeah, I like this entry candle way better. Now you could argue like, Austin, you know, why didn't you take this? Because now you'd be still in profit. Again, hindsight's 2020. You can never predict the market. You can just take entries off of what you know, off what looks good to you. Matt, you wouldn't wait for a retest or a close retest of that previous high candle. No, because like I said, and again, some people do wait for retests and stuff. I would consider that maybe a safer play. But for how I trade and my strategy, I just take it off the breaks because US30 and NAS, statistically, right, not every time, I still get stopped out just like every other trader. I'm not a 100% win rate guy. But, I mean, even this strategy, I think I'm about a 50% win rate. But it's all about risk management. But usually when US30 and NAS, when they break like very aggressively. So it's like I would be missing out on so many potential wins just for waiting for these breaks, for not taking it, right? So for this trade, or no, not this trade. What was that one trade? It just absolutely ripped. Let's see. Here's a great example. This was Wednesday. Was this last week? Yeah, Wednesday last week, right? So took a short off the break of a key zone, and it just, you know, perfectly went to profit, right? This was Wednesday. Here was a Tuesday trade again, break, ripped. I took partial profit because I seen a reaction off this high here, so I didn't hit my full take profit goal, but I just took right around here. But again, it just rips, right? It doesn't. It's very seldom where it retests and then breaks, in my opinion, with the strategy that I use. Not sure. I think I might have put it here. I don't know what the heck was going on with this with this actual trade here, but you can see these are all my previous trades. Here's another one. So this one broke, came back a little bit. I was about halfway in drawdown, like in this trade we're here sitting on now, Thursday. So I guess you could argue this one kind of came back and retested and broke, but you just don't ever know. And in my experience, US30 and NAS just loves to just absolutely break when it does break, right? It very seldom does. And I just miss out. I just miss out on so much performance. This may be my only trade for the day too. because NASDAQ is just not doing anything. Look at this. NAS is just bouncing, man, just down, up. Like, who wants to trade this mess here? So if we keep on going down here, if it wants to bounce off here and stop me out, and we want to break back up to the upside, I'll get in again. But maybe my only trade, we'll just see how price action goes. I will say the live streams have been pretty successful so far. We had a no trade live stream last Monday, and then the Mondays before, I think we were at a 3-win streak. We had a 3-win streak on the Monday live streams, and then we took another loss. So we've been pretty good as far as like even just the win rates with the live streams. It's been pretty fun to see. But like every win streak, they got to come to an end at some point. But today's not that day. Come on, US30. Don't play with me. Let's launch off of R1. Come on. Got 2.5 minutes here. Now we're just playing around and draw down a little bit. Let's look at the UJ bot. UJ bot, back in profit. The only other bot that's activated on my prop account is my US500. And if I turn on my pivots here, let's see. So it didn't like this little close here. And again, that's why I love my trading bots, is because it uses the same risk management and the same trading style I use. So it didn't like this entry candle here, which will be probably the only valid one. And now it's just probably looking for a break to the upside off of R1 here, or if it rejects, because it has all day. It's only been on for, what is this, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Ooh. Like the first major news event. Let's see. What is it? Wednesday this week? Or Thursday? Thursday we got some pretty heavy news. We don't have really anything today. Yeah, we don't got anything today. US trade balance tomorrow at 8:30, so an hour before market open, and Canadian trade balance. We got crude oil inventories on the 9th. Wednesday. Yeah, then Thursday, man. Thursday is going to be fun. Thursday, we got CPI, we got core CPI, we got OPEC monthly reports, jobless claims, U.S. continued jobless claims after that, EIA natural gas change at 10:30, which that's a yellow folder. Yeah, so Thursday is going to be fun. Thursday is going to be fun to trade. And for those of you who don't know, again, this is not sponsored or anything. I like to use Financial Juice, which is this platform here. And then on Friday, on the 11th, Nothing major. Oh no, core PPI. So yeah, Thursday and Friday is going to be some fun trading days. CPI and then PPI. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love using financial. Some people also use Forex Factory. There's different ones out there. They're all pretty much the same though. Vibe check looks like a great entry. Just price being priced right now. Yeah, that's all it is, man. You can never. This is another thing I found that really affects people's psychology. Is you can never be mad at the market. Like that's such a wasted amount of energy, right? Like why be upset that the market's doing what it's doing? We're literally at the whim of the market now. We know that we're using a system that is statistically profitable. The only thing we can control as traders is our entries and our exits, if you want to argue the exit point. But other than that, what's there to be upset about? You guys watch my live streams. For all the people that have been watching my live streams for a while now, ever since the inception of this YouTube channel, am I upset when we're in drawdown? Am I upset when I hit my stop loss? No, because at the end of the day, what's there to be upset about? What's there? Like, the market told me that my idea for that moment in time was wrong, and that's okay. It's okay to be wrong. And I think that's another thing that really affects a lot of people psychologically when it comes to trading is we hate being wrong as human beings because that affects our overall ego, that affects our internal survival state, right? So when you kind of get all these factors, we're literally playing against human psychology. We're playing against our survival instinct. You know how hard that is to do? That's why exercising sucks for people, because we're putting ourselves outside of that homeostasis of being okay, right, and being comfortable. We're putting ourselves outside of that, and our body doesn't like that. Same thing with trading. Our body does not like to be put in uncomfortable situations where we can be wrong 50% of the time to still make money. That blows people's minds away when I tell them that. When I'm like, yeah, I got a 50 to 55% win rate, and I still make money because I use good risk management. This is what you're seeing right here. If I get stopped out, whatever. If I get profit, whatever. We're moving on to the next trade because trading is about week over week and month over month performance. It's not about a singular trade. I know it's kind of sucky for the people that aren't in the Wolfpack watching this because you guys only get to see me trade once a week, and it's usually like 1 or 2 trades, if that. But my week over week performance is good, right? Sometimes we have flat weeks, sometimes we have red weeks, but over the grand scheme of months over months, that's when you got to look at your performance and see, okay, am I doing good as a trader overall? Not a lot of people think about that. A lot of people think trade after trade after trade. They're only looking at what's in front of them instead of looking at what can I do better and master inside of my emotions now to make sure my holistic performance is like these freaking trading bots. Looks like my US30 bot may get into a trade here soon. Yeah, huge bullish momentum. These are the Heikin-Ashi bars. Heikin-Ashi bars just tell you the overall momentum with volume in the current market, and you can see here just huge bullish trajectory on US30, and that's what my US30 bot operates on is Heikin-Ashi. Everything else is traditional, normal Japanese candles. Just pretty much just keeping an eye on my UJ bot here, seeing if we want to kind of break back up here before the session closes for my bot. Kind of sitting around an entry now. Oops. It's so cool too. So for the people that aren't in the Wolfpack, it's so cool to see like my own members. I just asked who's in that US30 trade, because sometimes they'll say, hey, I'm in this US30 before I even announce it, because they're learning my strategy. They're learning how to take trades properly. So it's really rewarding to see that. Super Slam, you're in. Nice. Bowie was waiting for that break from the start. Yep. Mr. H, shout out to you. Yep. Dando, did you take that trade? Yes. Yeah, I took the trade off this nice little break here. I didn't like this candle here. And again, hindsight's 2020. So if I did take that right, we would still be floating in profit. But hindsight is 2020. I didn't like this candle. It was bouncing around here for a good amount of time. But this was my entry at the close of this really solid candle that I liked. No chains, I'm into. Cap, into. Nice. So Matt, I think Matt was this Matt? Yeah, Matt, you wouldn't wait for the retest. So this is an example where, I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, it just depends on where you get filled. So we did break down, got in a little bit of drawdown, then bounced off of R1, did have that retest like you were talking about, Matt. But see, even if I were to wait for that, this would have gotten a slightly worse entry. Right, you see, not super different, but this is just an example where, again, I just like taking off the candle breaks because over time, holistically, and you can see that with my bots once again, it takes trades off the candle breaks. And you can see the results, and the data does not lie, that over time, that's just a really good profitable way to do it, right? Now, does it do that every time? No. Like, this was an annoying trade that I see my bot miss. Obviously, you're not going to algorithmically have every trade perform like you want it to with how you trade. Buster also in. Okay, sweet. Roostar, I'm in the US30 and UJ. Okay, so Roostar, you took this UJ long here. So Roostar, you probably, if you're watching the stream and watching the actual chart here, you probably took this long off this candle here. Am I wrong? Because if you were looking at UJ, kind of broke back down, dipped back into our zone, and then you would take off the rip here. I don't have like preset manual trade settings that I have for UJ. This is just my bot, but if you were going off the bot, it does a 35, 34, I think. 35. So it does a 35 stop and a 63 take profit. So then you would just do that, right? So you'd be in a little bit of profit right now. I actually got in the UJ trade a tad late. Yeah. I mean, US30, and again, the UJ bot does trade on the 15-minute time frame. You might find better overall stop loss and take profit settings on the 5-minute. I just don't know, but 15-minute has been very successful for me. Algorithmically trading UJ, I just don't manually trade UJ. I don't have a lot of experience trading it. And, you know, just as a word of caution, it is a Japanese pair, like it's a USD Japanese yen. So usually around this time to close to the noon time frame, EST wise, it does kind of die down volatility wise, because it is half of the reason of the volatility is Tokyo, right? Is the Japan region. So it's the most volatile, and that's why I have this bot turned on during when I'm asleep, because that's when the Tokyo session is the most volatile. So you can see this white shaded area is when the bot is on, and that's when prime volatility is, versus if you look at US 500, which is the S&P 500, it turns on right when UJ is starting to turn off. So you see how it copies my cursor into all these different windows. So if I hover over here, You see how it's just started turning on as UJ's about to turn off? So same thing here. All this black space up here on US 500 when the bot's turned off, it's turned on UJ. So that way I have a bot, I have two bots taking trades for me passively using exactly how I trade. Once when I'm asleep and once when I'm awake. I just don't like, I don't trade US 500 either, which is another really good reason why I like this bot. It pumped just as I hit buy, so I'm a bit higher than I'd like. And that's another really important thing, is make sure, like, be okay missing out on trades. You know what I mean? Like, in this UJ play, like, if you didn't get in right at the break of here, or any trade for that matter, even for this US30 trade, say I was doing something and I missed this entry, I'd just not get into it, right? And you got to be okay not taking those trades, because if you get into it late, then you're ruining your overall statistics of using a system when you have these preset determined settings, right? Because my system is, I'm taking this trade off this break using the context to price. And if I miss that and then I allow myself to get in at a later time, my stop loss is worse, my take profit is harder to achieve, I'm ruining the overall statistics of my data. So I don't know if long term that's a viable option for me to take trades off of. So again, I know it's a lot of nerdy talk and stuff, but just know it's totally fine to miss out on trades. If you miss your entry, just wait for another entry on another pair, or just take the day off or whatever, right? Because that's what can get you into a load of trouble when it comes to trading your account, especially when you get a funded account, is you don't want these bad habits to be repeated when you get a funded account. That's why I tell people, if you're learning how to trade on a demo account, learn the fundamentals. And then once you learn the fundamentals, maybe you put $10 into a live account or something, right? And you trade off that for a little bit. Once you really see a level consistency within your equity curve, once your equity curve looks like this, where, yeah, you're taking losses, but over time, you're using good risk management, you're not going crazy, then start and apply for a funded challenge, because the challenge is a test. So many people, they want to take trades and they want to learn while they're taking a test. So I like to make the analogy, so many people want to learn how to drive a vehicle while they're taking their driving test to get a license. And that's so risky to do, right? You're gonna fail. So it's totally fine, man. Just don't let those bad habits bleed over, and just practice those good habits now while you're taking the test. And then once you pass that, the funded account is no different than the challenge account. You're just like, yep, it's another day. And that's how I trade. Just like how I took this trade here, I took this trade on one of my accounts, copied over to all of my other accounts that are funded and the ones that I'm currently taking challenges with. I had to enter on my phone with my Forex funds funded accounts, because for some crazy reason the spreads and the slippage does not always transfer over, so I just like to do that manually. And it is what it is. If I take a loss here, if I take a profit, it's on to the next trade. Also, we hit 33 live viewers. So like I said, I don't know if the all-time high is 32 or 33, but if we're like neck and neck, right? So we need like 4 more viewers. All right, we need 4 more viewers to break an all-time high. Let's just call it 33. So we need 34. All right, and we'll break an all-time high in this live stream. So again, push it out to your friends. If you're getting value from this, drop it a like. And subscribe. Obviously, subscribe if you want to get more content like this. I'm making a video this week that I think a lot of you are going to enjoy. I don't want to give away the title because it'll give away 90% of the content. But I'm putting together a video. I think it's going to be really good this week. And I think it'll help a ton of people when it comes to managing their trades. That's the only hint that I'll give you. And I promise my camera will be on the entirety of the video. It won't turn off like yeah, so the reason why my camera turns off, I have a Canon M50 and it has like a heat sensor. So this is a very common problem with Canon M50s. If you're actually just using it for photography or for videography, it's fine. But when you're trying to use it as a webcam, it has a heat sensor inside of it that just turns off the lens. And I have to turn it off and turn it back on. So it's very annoying. At some point, I promise I will get a new camera. It's whatever right now. It's not really that big of an issue for me just to turn it off and turn it back on. But because I want to get a really nice one, my next camera purchase, I want to get a really good one that I'll probably keep for a very, very long time. I don't just want to spend another $800 on a starter camera just to have issues probably in a year or 2 years down the road. I want to get a really good one after this one. So that's why my camera likes to turn off. I thought it was 37. I don't know. I thought it was 33. I don't know. I don't keep track of all of them. It's been a pretty annoying trade this morning. Just bouncing off of R1. But I mean, so many candles, right? They just look so good. They look so confident. And this could just be a nice little consolidation before the continuation of this bullish trend. I just don't like that it makes me sit and draw down. Because if we do kind of come out here and then bounce back up, I'll go back long if it tags me out. But just not digging the sitting and drawdown situation. Looks like we're breaking through R1 now. Let's see what happens. I have a feeling these trades are going to take a while to play out. Well, we may see this one play out. I can sit next to you and film you best cam out there. Have an actual cameraman holding the camera the entire time. That's funny. Ryan's in. Okay, so we got a good decent amount of the Wolfpack in this trade. My secret fib level is showing why I have it as a backup. Yeah, it looks like, look at that. That fib is like right on that zone there. I don't know what zone that is on NAS, but yeah. It's funny to see they just play super well together with the zones that I draw. Austin, I know you don't trade moving averages, but the 200 is creeping up. Might bounce off of it. Meets up with price. Let's see. I got a 200 moving average in the true bar indicator here. So this will show the 200. It's still well above the 200, telling us overall it's bullish, but we'll see. This is a pretty annoying trade this morning. But it is what it is, man. You can't be upset. You can't be upset at the market. Just move on to the next trade. Yeah, it is pretty high, right? Overextended above the MA. But again, I don't use MAs. Don't really use it. I just use it I have it programmed into the true bar indicator because it works. That one does work off of MAs, but that's not my overall strategy. I just like to use it as a confluence. So we got 5 seconds left on this candle. 2, 1. Let's see where it did close below R1. Let's see if we keep on going down, tags me out. We bounce off of this zone here and then come back up for another entry. Or if we just want to continue to this little upwards trend here. Let's see what happens. Teb's in. Shout to Teb. Shout to all the Wolfpack members. So we got some bulls there kind of trying to pull price up, but looks like the bears are just pulling through. And again, you never know how these trades are going to play out. You never know. Again, take this trade. This was, you guys think this trade was annoying? This trade was probably one of the most annoying trades of my entire trading career. Okay, I take this long, instant drawdown for how many candles? 55 minutes of drawdown, guys. 55 minutes of drawdown. Some people that took this trade in the group actually got stopped due to just slippage, right? Because depending on the broker that you used, you could have got just unlucky stop. I didn't, but some people did. So for 55 minutes, I was in drawdown, and then it started playing in my direction. So you never know, right? And that's why you just can never let your psychology go, no matter where you're at in a trade. You're just like, it's whatever, bro. It's whatever. If we're in drawdown, we're in drawdown. I stuck by my rules, and we're just gonna let it happen. We're gonna let it play out. We're gonna watch my UJ bot. We're gonna watch my UJ bot come back up here and hit full profit, bro. That's what we're gonna do. Come on, UJ. I need you to show off in front of all these amazing viewers. I like to make a joke. As soon as my bots are in profit and I go live on any type of thing, it just instantly just goes the other way. Like, look at this. We were in profit all morning, and then I start my live stream. What was it here? And we're just like, nah, we're going to be in drawdown right before the live stream. And now we're just going to, as you're about to wrap up, we're going to come back in profit. Oh. If we go back down, amazing pivot bounce plus fib bounce might occur. Bowie. Yeah, that's like right at, what is that, Bowie? Is that the top of the pivot? The top of the box there, your yellow line? This is the P line, right? Yeah. Maybe a little stop loss grab. Could be. Sometimes you got those annoying trades. I think I've only had about a handful in my entire, trading career, I guess you could say, using this system, where price will just slightly grab your stop loss and then it'll just continue to rip. I know Bowie knows what I'm talking about because he was a victim of this, where we were in a trade one time and it was a short. It was a US30 short, and some of the people that was in the trade got an unlucky stop loss. They got stopped, but then I thankfully didn't for that specific trade. I didn't end up getting tagged out. So then it started going full take profit. Hit full take profit for me and probably about half of the traders in the trade group. And then the other half, depending on what brokerage you use, you just got an unlucky stop loss. And then you got stopped out. But vice versa, the opposite happened to me, where Bowie and a bunch of other people that got into a short, it was a while back. It was like mid-July. It was a US30 short. And I got stopped just, again, due to an unlucky stop because it just slightly came close to my lot. Here it is, right here. Was it this trade? July 19th? Yep, look at this. This was that trade, guys. So I took a short off of here because, it matched all my rules. I got stopped here. Even though trading TA-wise, this never touched my stop loss. This is just the harsh reality of trading. So not really harsh, but it's just the reality of trading. This was 5 pips away, 5 points away from getting that stop. I got stopped. Some people didn't. And some people got out at a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio, while I was sad. And then I took another short, got stopped again with the same thing, while some people stayed into it, and then they took profits at market close. So some people, this was a great day for just hitting a nice base hit, while some people like me, I got stopped twice and was like, you know what? Well, just not my day. Was not my day. But then look at this. Because of solid risk management, came right back up, full take profit. Again, full take profit. So now those losses don't even matter. Partial take profit, full take profit, full take profit. So again, guys, you cannot be upset over losses. Like, you guys are seeing all of this was not a trade. I don't know what the heck this was. You guys are seeing all of my trades just on US30. Look at this. So one little annoying loss is not going to make or break, and it should not make or break your career. If this loss blows up your account, you are not using good risk management, and you are trading like a gambler. I for sure remember that. Yep, see, Bowie remembers. And keep in mind, these trades I'm showing you are just US30. That's why I love combining this system with NASDAQ, because it doubles my odds of, growing my accounts over time. And you can see the same things here. Full profit. I don't know. I don't think this was a trade. I think that was just there. Let's see. Another full profit. Stop loss. 2 stop losses. Oh, shoot. 2 stop losses back to back. Because you're going to have those days. Let's see. I know I've traded NAS more than this. I think sometimes I just might have deleted my trades or moved them over. Again, 2 stop losses back to back. Full take profit. Came halfway to profit, came back and hit my stop. What trader out there, just ask yourself this too, what trader that creates content on YouTube does this, right? Like, I've never understood why people are scared of showing losses and stuff like that. It's a part of the game, and if you are a content creator out there and you don't share your losses, you're being disingenuous to the people consuming your content, because overall you're going to make them think, oh no, this guy never loses, so I should never lose. Look at this. Stop loss, full take profit. Friday, July 7th. We probably did this in the trade group because this was a Friday, so I stream on Fridays with my group. So this loss of a 25 pip loss was made up and then some with good positive risk management with a 50 pip take profit. Full take profit. Oh. July 5th, full take profit. Did not trade on the 4th. I don't know what the heck this is. So you guys can see all of my trades. Look at that. This was a Monday, so this is one of the streams. Look at that. Full take profits. So just kind of to show you guys a little bit of inside the world of, my trades, what good risk management looks like, and why it's okay to lose. That type of stuff. Oh man, look at that wick. Oh my gosh, it's like no candle body. Look at that. Wow. Slow burner today, alls? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Very slow burner. Stop loss per trade should be in the range of around 0.5% to 2% of your whole account. Yes, and Carlos, you bring up a great point. So, if you're a beginner, and again, don't take this as advice because it's not. You guys need to determine your percentages based on your risk management, based on your experience level, based on how good you are at taking on risk, all that stuff, right? You need to look in the mirror and determine that for yourself. But for me, I know I can pass these challenges. I am a funded trader through 4 different prop firms, right? I know I can do this. I know my psychology is on point. I know I can pass challenges. So when it comes to the challenges, I will risk 2 to 2.5% per trade because I just want to get the challenge over with. I don't care if I blow the challenge over some craziness. If I say I go on a 5 to 6 losing streak, which I don't think that's ever happened yet, but let's just say I do, that'll blow the account, right? Because 2 to 2.5%, I'm going to hit that 10% max drawdown. But, big but here, all I have to do is just get another challenge and then it's going to pass. At some point, this math is going to work in my favor. So when I pass and get that funded account, my funded accounts, I start at trading 0.5%. Once I get to a good buffer of, say, around 3 to 4% gains in that funded account, then I will trade, I'll bump it up to 1%. Maybe I'll take my payout at that point, then bump it up to 1%. There's so many different things you can do, right? But then you can bump it up to 1%, and then you can kind of start building from there. So that's kind of my risk management when it comes to these, and that's why I think I've been so good at passing these challenges, because it's not about the strategy. You can go and find tons of strategies. It's about risk management and your psychology, and if you can keep both of those in check, you're fine. You can be okay taking this loss because I'm risking 2 to 2.5% of my account on a challenge, not a funded account, and a full take profit tomorrow or the next day is going to make up for this loss and then some. So the percentages is a very important thing, but the thing is you have to be consistent. So if you are risking 1% on your account, if you start off risking 1%, keep risking 1%. Don't keep changing your lot sizes and your percentages on how much you trade because you took a loss here, or maybe you took a win and now you're getting overconfident, so you increase your percentages or whatever, right? Like, keep it standard, because say this trade becomes a loss and say you risk 2% of your account, but then the next trade you got scared because you took a loss here, you're only going to risk 1% of your account, but it hits full take profit. You would still either be at break even or a loss depending on slippage, spreads, and all that. You could still be down because of the overall ability to not stick to the same percentages. So it's all depending on your risk management and keeping that risk management the same and trading like a freaking robot. No matter win or lose, just stick to those percentages. Matt, the M5 platform is hella confusing. I'm going to need to find tutorials on how to place an order. Yeah, MT5 and MT4, man, absolutely terrible. Just such bad platforms, but that's the nature of the beast with trading, is those are the only major platforms that you can trade off of with these prop firms. So there's tons of really good informative videos out there, though. Like I was telling people this last week in the trade group, I don't want to make a whole series of just very basic tutorial videos on how to use MT5 or how to find your lot size or how to do that, because there's so many already out there. It would just be not a good use of my time. It would just be better for me to forward you guys. Just like how if you're in that fundamental phase where you're just learning the fundamentals, like how to find a support, how to find a resistance, how to do XYZ, I'm just going to forward you to babypips.com because it's a completely free course. It takes you through everything you need to know about trading, the fundamentals, the terminology, all that stuff. Babypips.com is the best resource, in my opinion, if you want to just learn the fundamentals of how to trade. It's a whole free course, and you can take it at your own speed. They do quizzes. It's so good. So it would just be a waste of my time to make content like that when I'm competing with babypips.com and all these other amazing content creators out there that's their whole thing, is making tutorial videos. So just, go search, how to MT5 tutorial, right? Or any of that stuff. And I promise you're going to find way better resources than a video I can make, because I like making videos that's just at that next level, you know what I mean? Of, okay, now that you know the basics, let's take you through, I guess, the intermediate level, right? I wouldn't consider myself an expert or advanced, right? But what happens if you lose too much money on the prop firm account? So if you hit the max daily drawdown, so this is the cool thing with prop firms, is they have a max overall loss. It's usually around, say, 10%, and they have a daily loss of, let's say, 5%, right? So in no time in your trade session should you ever be down on paper or losing 5% of that account. And if you do, you'll breach it. That's what's considered a breach. You'll breach the 5% and you'll lose that account. So even if you're a funded trader, the prop firm is only really at risk of losing 5 to 10% of the capital they allow you to trade, right? So that's the cool thing with prop firms, is they're not really at risk of, if you say you get a $100,000 funded account, it's impossible for you to blow the $100,000, because as soon as you breach that 10% drawdown or that 5% drawdown, whatever comes first, the trades are cut off, they close the trades out instantly, and you are breached and you lose the account. So it's not like you have to pay them back or anything like that. They assume all the risk, but you just then have to start over and take another challenge, right? So that's the cool thing with prop firms is, again, one, it's not your own money, and two, the prop firm, they're only going to lose 5 to 10%. They're not going to lose that whole month, the whole account. Jeremy, on average, what percentage do you achieve per month? I think last month I was barely green because last month was super hard. It's really a difficult question to answer because each month is so different, and I don't keep track of that stuff because it's not beneficial for me because every month is different. Every month has different price action. Every day is going to be different. Every week is going to be different. This is why I tell people I don't think it's actually beneficial for you to have a goal of, say, making 1% a day or 2% a day or 10% a week or whatever, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? Your savings account is telling you you're going to make 1% APY because the bank knows they can at least make 1% in whatever they're doing to give back to their users. You don't know that you're going to get an APY, or you don't know that you're going to get a return of 10% because you don't know what the market's going to give you. So this is a very common new beginner person that they gets themselves in trouble psychologically, is if they say they make a goal of 1% a day and they don't make that 1% a day, they're going to get into revenge trading. They're going to get over trading. They're going to go just like for me, right? I think I was right above green on July. July, I did not have a great trading month, full disclosure, because that's just, Julys are very hard. July, early August, June, these summer months are terrible trading conditions. It just is what it is. And you got to roll with the punches. And it's not going to deter me from changing my strategy. It's not going to deter me from my psychology. It's not going to deter me from anything because this system is profitable long term. I know that. I just have to make sure I can be okay mentally, and I am. So if I only ended the month, say, let's just say 3%, 4%, whatever it was, I don't know. Let's say it was 4%, but my goal was to make, say, 5% in a week. Do you know how messed up I would be psychologically? I'd be like, man, I'm a failure. I'm not good at trading. I should have made XYZ, and it just goes down this bad rabbit hole. Then I could be forcing revenge trading right now, losing my mind, and then I'd be worse off this month than I would last month. So what I like to do is, instead of asking, and again, this isn't like me like getting on to you guys or something or anything like that. Who asked that question? Jeremy. Yeah, this isn't me like ripping on you, Jeremy. I just really want to hit this home because I tell people I'm kind of blunt with how I trade and the stuff that I talk about when it comes to trading, because guys, this is real life-changing money. This is a skill that can change your life, and it would be disingenuous of me to sugarcoat anything. Because if I were to sugarcoat any of this, if I were to be like, oh yeah, it wouldn't have the same impact. You know what I mean? So instead of asking and thinking, how much can I make per day or per week or per month, can I just follow my rules every single day to a strategy that is statistically profitable long term? If I can do that, then the math will take care of itself. Again, I will shout out my bot because my bot is the best thing to show long-term results and long-term data without me sitting here manually trading for hours in front of you guys and back testing. If I can start here, when was this? When was the first trade this bot took in this given data set? October of last year, October 3rd. If I started this system October 3rd and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stick to the rules. I don't care. I'm just going to stick to the data. I would be down right at the beginning, just right at break even, but then I would see progress over time. I'd take some losses up, take some losses up, because we're using positive risk management. And this, over time, is what your portfolio will look like. It doesn't matter if it's my system, if it's ICT, if it's smart money concepts, if it's support and resistance only, like whatever trading style you use, it doesn't matter. But if you stick to a system that works, this is what your equity curve will look like over a large period of time, over many months. This is what it will look like, guys. So this is why I never harp over any single trade. That's why I never do any of that. That's why I never care about how much money I'm making, what's my percentage that I'm going to be, or anything like that. So looking at US30, we do have a very, very, very respected resistance here, right at this line. So what I'm wanting to do is I want to just go back in time, and let's just see why price is reacting this specific level so strongly. Let's see. So we got a little bit of consolidation here. We got a high. Look at this. This high was right on the money there. So again, it's still a valid trade. I'm not going to get out. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to freak out. I'm just kind of wondering, why is price bouncing around this line? See how this was a previous high over here? And if you guys can build this context and start just building the habit of finding context to price, you're going to take care of yourself psychologically. You're not going to sit in this trade and freak out because price is doing what it's doing right now. Oh, okay, so now we're kind of going up. But you're not going to freak out because you have the context of maybe price is just bouncing off a consolidation area. Maybe it's moving up and it's consolidating before the continuation. You never really know. Mats, yeah, there's a ton of stuff on YouTube. I'm gonna check out when my coffee kicks in. That's a good idea. I just don't want to place an order and end up losing 5% of my portfolio and needing to open an OnlyFans to pay. Exactly. I tried OnlyFans for a week and it didn't work out. No, I'm joking. Yeah, Matt. Let me see if I can find some really good videos. I know Danny shared a really good tutorial video in the pack chat. I know you just joined. So for my Wolfpack members, Matt is the guy that I let everybody know I was saving a spot for because he was on vacation. So we did cap out at 60, but I allowed for some people that I was like, okay, I know you probably just can't get to the computer right now. Let me save a spot for you. So I saved them a spot. And so yeah, Matt's the guy. But if you search Danny's name in the pack chat, Matt, I think he shared a really good video, a really good tutorial video, Danny Walker, but I just have to look. But yeah, there's so many good videos out there. Matthias or Matthias Crespi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Good stuff. Shout from Argentina. Awesome. From Argentina. That's another reason I love doing these videos and these live streams in front of you guys is there's people from all around the world interested in just learning a skill that they can just work on for the rest of their lives to change their lives. So I love seeing you all from all around the world. Jason, if you're up, say 4% on your funded account and you take a payout, does your account go back to zero? Exactly, Jason. So say I was up $4,000 and I take a payout of $4,000 and it was a $100,000 account. So say I had 104,000, then yeah, they would take that $4,000 away from your account balance, and then you would start back at 100,000. And you don't even have to take the full amount. Say you only want to take $2,000, right? You want to leave $2,000 in there. You can take $2,000 out, and then your balance will be $102,000 or whatever that would be. Been trading the Ethereum strategy for 2 months now. I finally found the strat that works. My psychology will give back to AC whenever possible. Hey, Crespi, thank you so much for that, man. So see, and again, guys, I have like 3 or 4 different strategies on my YouTube channel, and you can see like people are freaking. As long as you stick to one of them, you just stick to one of them, you're gonna be fine. So we do have this bearish candle coming down here, hard rejection off that resistance that I was sharing there. So if we get tagged out, it is what it is. I'll probably cut off the live stream after this because it's already kind of getting into the noon time frame, and I don't want to mess with low volume of the afternoon / lunchtime area. So let's just see what price does here. See if price tags me out. Let's see if we reverse and keep on going in this little choppiness. See what happens. It sure was rough, Roostar. I'm in Brazil right now. Carlos, nice. Let's look at that. You guys can make some friends here. How many computer monitors do you have, and what do you use them for? Great question. Let me see. Can I show you guys? Let me see my camera here. So you can see I got this one, and then there's one right here. You just can't see the screen because it's aiming at me. So I got 3 computer monitors. Pretty much when I'm trading, like if I'm not live streaming like this, what I'll do is this monitor over here, this bull monitor. So this monitor is where my actual chart would be. And then the monitor that's in front of me, my camera just turned off. Wait, so it'll turn back on. So this monitor in front of me with my chart on it, this will be my actual like trade monitor. Okay, so where I'll actually monitor all the stuff. And then this side one here, the reason I have it that way is I can see order flow. So I can see all the trades coming in. I can see all that stuff. I can see all of my portfolios if I want to. Like something that just needs a lot of like, instead of it being wide, if like I just need to see a data list or a data set that's long, I can use that one. And that's kind of what I'm doing. But yeah, both of these monitors are usually used for trading, like looking at the chart and then trading on an account. Or if I'm like watching my bots on one screen and then my other trades on another, and then I use this vertical monitor just to execute trades as well. That's something that I do sometimes. Just depends on what I'm doing. Nice. Watching from Uganda. Senguba Joel. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your guys' names. Terrible at pronouncing names sometimes. That's the American in me, okay? But yeah, this is awesome, man. Let me know. Yeah, let me know for where you all are watching from. It's so great seeing people from all around the world. I love traveling too. I've been to, obviously I've been to Canada, right? America. Most people, they like to travel to Canada. Went to Canada. I've been to Bahamas, been to Jamaica, Hawaii, which that's in America, but still somewhere else. I was deployed. I went to Georgia, went to Iran. I went to the intermediate part of that. I went to Germany for a little bit. So I've been around just for a little bit, but it was really, really fun. I love traveling, meeting new people, trying new foods, trying to be around new cultures, all that stuff. I love it. From Florida, but Germany is where I got engaged. Nice. Yes, so I was at Ramstein. So for all the Germans that are watching, if I have any Germans, you're probably going to make fun of me because I met a German one time and I said Ramstein and it was actually mispronouncing it. So I forgot how they said you're supposed to pronounce it. They're probably laughing right now if I do have any German people watching. But yeah, so I was at Ramstein because that was like, it was the Air Force base there. It was like you know how like when you go to take a trip, like in a normal like, you know, flight and stuff, how you got, oh my gosh, what's it called? Where you have a layover, right? You have a layover, like you have to say you're going to Hawaii, but you have to say fly to LAX before then you go to Hawaii. So in the military, it's kind of the same thing. When we deployed, we went to different countries in the Middle East, but in the middle of that, right, we had to stop in Ramstein, and man, it was so fun. I got to see all the different cool little German stuff in this, I forgot what it was called. It was like this huge building. I got to try German coffee. I was too young at the time to try some German beer, but I really wish I could have. So I got to go back just to try your guys' beer because I love German beer. I mean, obviously I've had German beer over here, but it's probably not the same. You know what I mean? So I want to go back to Germany though. I want to spend more time there. I got to go on the Autobahn. Got to do all the cool stuff. Oh, look at that. See, we got somebody from Germany. That's so funny. What a coincidence. Greetings from Germany. Kawa Test. So, Kawa Test, how am I saying Ramstein correctly? I know you can't like send a voice message, but tell me how to correctly say Ramstein. And I also have a country accent, so that doesn't help pronouncing literally anything. It used to be way worse though. But when I joined the military, it got a little better because I was surrounding myself with, you know, people from all around the country. So my accent kind of went away just a little bit. Not really, but close enough. Everybody knows. Okay, sweet. So you're chill, right? But the person that I talked to, they were like, wait a minute, that's not how you say it. And they started laughing at me. Dando, I'm going to Munich this weekend. Okay, sweet. Dando, I know you're a Wolfpack member, so you got to share some pictures, man. We got some Wolfpack members sharing their vacation pictures. Let's see. Danny shared one of the most recent Wolfpack members. He's over in Alaska right now fishing. So shout out to one of our Wolfpack members here. Look at that. Over in Alaska, beautiful mountains. I've been to Alaska too. I went to Anchorage. So for anybody that has never been to Alaska, bro, it's literally like as soon as you go there, it looks like a freaking postcard. It everywhere, just beautiful snow-capped mountains. Alaska's so beautiful. Alaska's awesome. I loved it. I love traveling though. Sanguba Joel, I'm loving your confidence and calmness during live trading. I'm struggling to get there as well. Working on my psychology. Any recommendations? I mean, my biggest recommendation is because the main reason I made the Wolfpack Trade Group, right, is we focus on the one thing that matters, which is psychology. Like, look at this. Right now, I'm about to get stopped out, but it is what it is, right? Over time, good positive risk management. That's what it's all about. The math will take care of me. But where we're capped right now, you can't really join the Wolfpack Trade Group. I would just dig really deep, man. First, this is going to be the most boring piece of advice that so many people will ignore. But if you listen to me, I promise you will find results. Okay? I promise you will find. I'm not promising you'll make returns. I'm not promising you're going to do X, Y, Z, but you will find results. You got to dig deep and find, why are you putting yourself through this? What's your main why of wanting to make money and become a trader? Is it because you want a Lamborghini? Is it because you want a fancy house? Is it these, materialistic things? If so, it's probably going to be a weak why. And when you're in situations like this, where I'm in drawdown a little bit, about to get stopped out, you're probably going to get upset and overtrade because you're deep inside of you. Your psychology is, you need to make this money now to get a materialistic object that's going to feed your ego, right? So you got to really dig deep of, why do you want to do this? And once you start with your why, once you create this really strong why, like for me, it's for my family, dude. My life is, and my family and my girlfriend, my family that I'm creating with my girlfriend, right? We deserve way more than just living paycheck to paycheck. We deserve way more, which we don't do that, right? I have other businesses, but when it comes to trading, it has that ability to propel whatever you want to do in life. And I want to travel the world. I want to do all these different things. I want to experience life with my significant other. So it's so easy to just sit here and watch the chart and be like, well, I know that I'm sticking to a system that's going to get me to that point eventually in life where I can wake up one morning. If I want to travel to XYZ, I can, because of thanks to trading and everything I'm doing with trading. But if you have a why that's so weak, you're not going to do that. So now that you got your why, okay, really understand what makes you emotional. Because again, I tell people this all the time when it comes to trading, is it only makes you a better human being and a better entrepreneur. Think about any college class in the entire world. I don't care what country you're in, every country, whatever college classes you have that are common in your country or whatever, just think. Those college classes, they probably apply to maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 different jobs. But in trading, you learn fundamentals that can be applied even outside of trading. You learn how to be a more disciplined person. You learn how to be patient. You learn how to articulate ideas in the most deepest way possible without zero emotion. You learn how to take logical actions. You learn how to work strategically. All of these things can make you a better business guy, can make you a better entrepreneur, can make you a better communicator with people, can make you a better person when talking to other high-level people. All of these things just make you better. So even if you don't like trading, this is why I tell people, I think everybody should at some extent learn how to trade. Because say you don't want to learn how to trade. Say when you're learning how to trade and you get exposed to trading, you like what you get from it, but you hate the actual tool and the actual execution of trading. You just don't like looking at the charts. You don't like sitting here doing whatever. That's fine. You can go and take the stuff that you learned, just like in college, you can go and take what you learned and then go do something else. Start a business, be an entrepreneur, do whatever you want. Or maybe you have a job field that is a normal job. That's fine. Some people think I'm anti 9 to 5. I'm not. I'm 100% of what you love to do in life. So if what you love to do is a 9 to 5, then totally do that. But what I'm saying is it's only going to make you a better person of whatever you want to get at in life. So once you get this, and guys, take notes. Like what you just asked me, Joel, take notes of what I'm saying. Find your why, number 1. Number 2, dig deep and really find what makes you act emotional. Okay, so in this trade right now, am I emotional in the fact that I'm in drawdown and I'm going to cut this trade because I don't like seeing that red P&L, which you should never look at your P&L when you're in a trade. But like, what's making you act emotional? Is it I'm going to lose money and I can't share my P&L on Twitter because everybody's going to love me if I share a good P&L? Is it you're going to take this trade, you're going to revenge trade after this to try to make back up, so you don't want to be red? Is it like what's hitting your patience? And only you know that. I can't go any deeper than that because I don't know you personally. So you really, and then this goes to and applies to everything else in life. You understand yourself. You understand what makes you tick. You understand what makes you act emotionally. You understand your triggers, so that way you can eliminate them and avoid them at all costs. So it's a really difficult question as far as tips of mastering your psychology at the deepest level. Personally, for you, I can only give you the framework, and then you can take that framework and run with it. So find your why. Look at this. We'll even, while we're in a trade here, we'll build a list, and you guys can take a screenshot of this and then apply it to yourself. So number 1, build your why. Number 2, take your trading logical. Okay, so what I mean by logical, a lot of things people take emotionally. Don't do that. Why be emotional? The only thing you control, and that's number 3, find what you can control. And that is A, your entries, B, your TA, and that's it. You can't control anything else. Maybe if you want to argue your entries and exits, but kind of your entries with your plans make your exits, right? But that's it. You can't control the market. You can't control being in drawdown right now. You can't control the market saying, you know what, you may be wrong in this trade, but over time, you're probably going to be profitable because you use good risk management. So number 3, when you find what you can control, it's so easy to let go from the things you can't control. And again, this applies to life, guys. You can literally sit and do anything in life and just let go of the things you can't control. Because why stress about it? Why stress about something you can't control, right? And then number 4, find your triggers, okay? So this means when you are in a trade, really be super conscious, okay? This is what I mean by being 3-dimensional. Be 3-dimensional when you're thinking. When you're in a trade and your heart starts beating, you're getting sweaty, all this stuff, right? What is triggering you? And then start writing it down. I did this forever ago, and that's why I'm so good at this. Write down, take notes, and be super specific. Don't be scared to be specific. We're about to hit stop, by the way. Let's see, we're about 1 point from hitting stop loss. So I just want to see if we hit stop, and then I'll keep on going. Okay, so we just got stopped out of that trade. There we go. So just check my other accounts. Okay, so we just got stopped out. So it is what it is. I'll continue this. I'll let you guys off with some value here because I'm probably not going to be taking any other trades today. Oops. All right, so find your triggers. So write it down to the deepest extent, right? When you're in a trade and you're starting to freak out and go crazy, write it down. Is it because I am depending on this money? And if it is, you should never be trading in the fact that you're depending on this money to pay your bills. You should already have income sources. You should not quit your 9-to-5. Whatever is feeding you income, you should not, as soon as you learn how to trade, quit that to then trade to like depend on that income. Or is it because you just want to feed your ego? Well, you shouldn't have ego to begin with. Whatever that is, find your triggers. And then 5, execute. That's it. Execute on all of this stuff right here. When you build your why, when you take your trading logical, when you all that, really practice that. And I think it was Robert Douglas, an amazing trader. I think he said it takes 8 trades. So if you trade and you stick to this system or whatever system you use and you keep with this psychology, if you do that 8 times, I don't care if it hurts. I don't care if you're so freaking mentally distraught. It hurts to stick to this. If you do it 8 times, you're actually going to build a habit that is going to keep you doing this easier long term, right? So if you do this 8 times, I don't care how difficult it is, if you just do it 8 times, letting a trade play out, building on all of this, you're gonna see yourself improve. Okay, you're just naturally gonna see yourself improve. So that's for you, Joel, and for anybody else watching. of how to build on yourself psychologically and build yourself as a trader psychologically. Let's see. You got any other comments here? I want to work when and where I want. Absolutely. Start with why. Yes. Matt, here's theoretically where I would have had my buy-in for that retest. Matt, let's see here. I mean, maybe, but I think it's been a really choppy day after it got up here. So I'm not probably going to take any other trades today. I think technically though, if we're looking at a retest off R1, the retest would have potentially been about here, right? So we came down to retest here, boom. But it's just no follow through, right? And it is what it is. You're gonna have these days. I say that in the group all the time. You're gonna have these days. You should not expect to win. You should expect to follow your rules and let the math do the thing. This is why I got my trading bots too. I got my trading bot trading a prop account right now. We're halfway in profit. So maybe this will maybe this will balance off my loss and then some because we're using good risk management. Do I have any other questions before I get off here? Because I really do like really good questions like this where it's like, oh my gosh, Austin, you lost, bro. You're trash. You're trash. You're terrible. Come on, man. You're going to have these days. Especially when you guys only get one live stream a week. Kind of sucks to show you holistically. UJ hit my stop loss, but in profit. US30 is still going. Okay, so Roostar, you actually, you know what? I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a better hint on what my video this week is going to be. I'll give you guys, so we got 28 people. We have 28 people watching. So I'll give you guys a little, and here's an annoying thing too, right? Technically this never hit my stop loss, but on my both accounts, because we moved so low here, I got stopped. This could freaking blast off like Jimmy Neutron. Is what it is. You know what I mean? You're going to have that. I'm actually, let's see here. Let's see if we get another potential entry off of R1 at this break. Because I only got one trade. I like to have 2 to 3 trades in the tank. So let's see. This may be just an extended live stream. Who knows? But this resistance here, man, look at this. This resistance has been respected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't like this wick on the bottom either, so this wouldn't potentially be a good entry candle. Why are you a terrible trader? I need to know why. I don't know, man. I need to know why I'm a terrible trader. I know. So, Restart, when you talked about moving your stop loss and profit. So, this week's video, for 28 of you that still stuck around to the end, I'll give you a little hint on what the video is about. It's about moving your stop loss. So you'll hear people all the time talk about moving their stop loss to break even, moving their stop loss into profit. So if this was my stop here, right, and we drag it to break even because we were in profit, or move it here, like even for my UJ bot, right? My UJ bot, so I do have the ability to trail my profits, but for this specific asset and this trading style, it wasn't that good, so I just turned it off. Trailing your profits and moving stop losses, in my opinion, is bad. Okay, and I'll show you why. This will be just a very, very small snippet, but if you want to get more information into this, or maybe you disagree with this, but you want to see and hear more about what I have to say, watch my video this week. You'll learn all about why I think it is anyways. So, if you have a stop loss here, here's your entry, right? And then here's your profit. Say price respected your entry, right? Bounce down a little bit, but then say we're about this much in profit, right? We're about halfway in profit. And then you move your stop loss into either entry, or maybe you move it over here or whatever, right? You're now messing with your overall statistics of, is this system profitable, because you're not letting the trade play out. Again, look at this UJ play. This is a bot. This is an active trade that my bot is currently in. I'm $560 in profit right now. This is an active trade that my bot took. So if I told this bot, or if I was manually trading this breakout, which was a perfect entry, by the way, if I move my stop loss and I put it here at break even, I'd be out of this trade, right? And now I would actually have re-entered here, and if my stop loss was 35, I would have to get all the way up here to now get full take profit. You see what I'm saying? Or say you entered at this terrible candle, but say you entered that, and say you moved your stop loss partial in profit, you'd gotten stopped out, or break even, you'd been close to getting stopped out. Maybe you got spreaded and did get stopped out. Who knows? But the thing I'm trying to say is you ruin your overall statistics because you don't know long term if that's profitable. We'll prove this with data right now. So you see how amazing these stats are with this overall data. I'm slowly watching this candle, by the way, because if we do get a nice close above this resistance, I'll take this long again, guys. You see how it's bouncing off this resistance again? That's still perfectly in line with my stop loss being protected. I just want to see a close above here. So I'm even going to set an alert so I don't get distracted. So we got 2.5 minutes left on this candle. We may see another entry. I don't know. This will be a long live stream. But this is my trailing stop loss right here, where when it gets to so much in profit, it will move my stop loss to whatever, right? So let's say, and you can see this simulated live on this chart. Let's say when I get to 30 pips in profit, that's half of my full take profit. We're going to go to break even. 30, I want you to move it to 0, which is break even. So you can see this bot did exactly that. It moved once we got to 30 right here, it moved the stop all the way up to break even, and you can visually see that. You see how much worse over time? Again, this is still profitable because my system is amazing. This just is what it is. But you can see over time, this still greatly hinders your data. Because if you do this, you have to do that every single trade to get a good holistic idea of, is this a good strategy? So now let's say you move it to 20 pips in profit, right? Because you want to get a little bit of profit off the trade. So it took profit here. You see that gets actually worse. So that sounds good for this trade because you did end up taking some money, and your win rate, yeah, it's great. It's 58%, but your overall data and even your drawdown increases because you don't know, again, long term if that is viable. But if we turn this off, look at the drawdown decrease. Watch this. If we just don't do that and we let the trade play out, drawdown is 4% less. Our win rate is still above a 50%, which is great. Our overall performance has just greatly improved. So you just have to let trades play, in my opinion. I know some people take partials. I know some people like to do stop losses, but this is just my opinion. I'm not an expert trader. I let the data do the talking, and I let the data tell me what I should do because the data is long-term what the market is doing holistically. You know what I mean? So take that for what it is, right? I'm just kind of seeing how these candles play out to see if we do break this resistance. If not, I'll call it a wrap here on this live stream. This is probably the longest live stream. Uh-oh. Breaking news. USDT has depegged from the dollar. Wow. So for all my crypto traders out there, this may be a nice long opportunity for USDT. Currently, it's at 98 cents. 99 cents. 99.8. Wow. The people who freak out over losses are overinvested, in my opinion. Yep, exactly. Exactly. All right, let's see. We're coming up here. We're forming a true bull bar. We're wanting to form a true bull bar. Let's see if we finally break. Now, another analogy that I love to use, because I'm the king of analogies. The more times this resistance is tested, the weaker it gets, right? Because imagine this like a brick wall. And the more times this is hit, like with a hammer, right? Like if you imagine all these times it was tested, it was hit with a hammer, the weaker that brick wall gets. Now, if you want to turn it into terms of trading, what we're seeing here is we're seeing a wall of sellers. Every single time price gets here, there's giant sell orders coming in to push price down. Well, money isn't just, like these people have limited amounts of money. It's not like they have unlimited amounts of money like the US government, right? So at some point, the sellers are going to get exhausted, okay? And it's going to get weaker and weaker every single time it tests until at some point, if it wants to keep on going this way, the buyers are going to win and it's going to break through. So that's why my overall idea is still true, that if we do want to come back up here and break above here, I'll get in. In addition to that, if you notice, my entry still has not gotten stopped out, right? I got stopped out personally because this was just a really bad spread and a really bad fill, because technically I got filled up here. I got filled at the top of that wick, but I like to go off my TA on my trading view here, so it is what it is. But when we get a nice close up here, we could potentially then continue this nice little bullish move to the upside, but we just gotta wait and see. We're also forming a cone or whatever, a megaphone. If anybody does those patterns, so we got a little megaphone here, right? And then wider this megaphone gets, we could potentially keep on continuing the trend. Hey Austin, what's your crypto news source? I just get a Telegram bot. I have a Telegram bot that sends me, just random crypto news. And it said breaking news: USDT depegged. Yeah, it went all the way down to 99.7. Not bad. Wasn't crazy. Yeah, Dando. Yeah, it doesn't seem much of a depeg. Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but hey, depending on the brokers you trade with, you can find some pretty good profit off of a long. I know when USDC depegged, man, I made like $600-700 longing USDC. It was really funny. All right, so we got a nice break here from this little resistance area. So if we close above here, I will get right back into that. If it doesn't peg, it will be 100. Yeah, I mean, I've been wrong before, but I don't see USDT depegging long anyways. But I mean, hey, we also haven't seen a lot of things happen in crypto that did happen, right? So you never know. All right, let's see how this candle forms. Come on, bro. Got 30 seconds left here. It's looking like it wants to, but it's not very confident. It's reacting pretty good. And again, you got to watch these candles. You got to watch intra-candle how they're moving, right? So if you see this candle constantly bumping over here, but then last minute it forms, say, and it closes right here, I'm not taking that. Because you see 90% of this candle's life just bouncing. And now you see it's 5 seconds left, and it looks like it might close right on this line here. It may close a little above, but that's a weak close. That's not a break. That is not a break for me. So it looks like just I'm probably not going to take another trade because it's just wonking around now. So yeah, I'll probably call this live stream a wrap, guys. I hope y'all we lost the winning streak. We were on like a three live trading win streak, and then we had a no trade last week, and then this week we took a loss. So we ruined the 3-day win streak. Your UJ bot trading through MT5? Yes. Yeah, I have this connected through my MT5. Yes, it's taking trades. But my camera just turned off again. There we go. Hold on here. Let's see. Is this gonna be it? Is this gonna be done? Are we gonna close finally? Because I'll take a long anywhere above here. Anywhere in this area, I'll take a long all day. What are you doing, US30? And look how annoying this is, right? All because of a bad feel, I would still be in the trade. So some of you that took this long, let me know in the chat for my Wolfpack people. Are you still in this trade? Because I got stopped. But this actually would have been a very great trade now. And it's breaking above this resistance, so you can have that, man. So I'm now looking at another long here. This looks like a really good confident candle that I will take a trade off of if we close. We just got 3 minutes left. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Are you guys still in this US30? Did I just get an unlucky stop? Yep, Kay was still in. Daniel, I'm still in the trade. Roostar still in US30. Okay, so see, this is the annoying reality of trading sometimes. You're just going to get bad feels and you're going to get stopped. So when I took this long here, it filled me, okay, up here, which did stop me out. But this right here was where my entry should have been. It just was a bad feel. So, yep, Jason got stopped by 2 pips. Riley stopped on one account, still in on another. Yep, just depends on your brokerage. Sometimes these trades play out like this. But we got a good candle so far. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water because this is turning into a 3-hour live stream now. Okay. Yes, Carlos, would you take a long? Yep, I'm looking at a long right now. It's right around where I would love to take another entry. Because anywhere in this area, my stop loss is still protected by R1. And I know, right? Like, it was just bounced around here. But if we close above this little resistance that was happening, in addition to R1, in addition to we're bullish, in addition to all these things, right? If I turn on my trend direct, we're still bullish. Trend strength, we're now green. So anywhere in this area, we just need a nice candle to close. So we got 30 seconds left. Because this candle doesn't really look good to me. See how there's a big wick on the top? Let's make it 6 hours. All right, I'm gonna hop into this one. That's a good candle there. Yeah, this candle kind of closed up here, looked really good. So I'll take that one. So let's see if we if we end the day green overall. After all, I mean, because some of you, most of you, it sounds like you didn't get stopped out. So Let's see. Did my NASBot just take a... My NASBot just exited a trade. So my NASBot got stopped. UJBot is now going up there. UJBot has about 15 minutes left to hit profit too, and it's going to close the trade. So let's input my stops here for US30. Dude, inputting stops on your phone of MT5 is so bad. I seriously hate it. I complain every time I do it. If you're watching this on the off chance, anybody that's created MT5, fix your app to where I can just put points instead of looking at these candlesticks and seeing where my stop intersects these candles, because it's really annoying. Three, 5, 3, 6, 3.9. Daniel Rigby hit take profit for NAS. Nice. What trade, Daniel, did you take for NAS? Yeah, hit that like button, guys. If you find value in this, if you enjoy these live streams, if you want me to keep doing these live streams, just hit me. So that's the easiest way to support this channel. So that way, it lets me know, people are enjoying this. I should keep on doing it. So I've had like 28 to 30 people this whole time. So I hope you guys would enjoy this. You get value from it. Yeah, we're bullish. My trend strength is telling me we are strong. We're in a very strong bull trend here. I don't like to keep it on though because it just highlights a lot of colors on my screen. Daniel took a long when it bounced off the support. Oh, gotcha. Bounced off this little support area here. Yeah, I mean, if you're trading in the zone here, this would be really profitable. I don't like trading in zones because at some point this consolidation just breaks out and it just becomes really risky for me. But some people do that too. It's a very valid way to trade. Some people love trading in zones. See what we look like on the higher time frame here. Higher time frame, we're green. Higher time frame, my breakout indicator here, right? Telling me that we're just very likely to keep on breaking up. This is why this trade right here was so annoying. Everything was screaming to me. Now we're forming a huge reversal candle here. Everything was screaming to me that this trade just looked so good that we just should have kept on pushing to the upside. And now we are, right? But just tagged me out there for the little the little pit movement that was. So I had to get a worse entry now because of that. Still met my rules though. We still broke above this resistance here. Still broke above R1. Still on a huge bull trend. We are now looking like we want to come back up here and retest these highs, which I would love. Oh, did my UJ bot? Okay, so look at this. So you guys just seen this live. So my UJ bot took profit because the session ended. Okay, so if you look in the settings here, 11:45, that candle, that last 11:45 candle, which is right here, doesn't matter what happens, it'll close. So we took 661 bucks on that prop account, which is nice. Here, I'll share a little screenshot with you guys. This was the trade. I'll put it on the chart here. Let's see. You guys can't even see that. There we go. Look at this. So you can see this was today's date. Took this UJ trade. Long 3 lots. 142.13, which is right here. 142. Look at that feel too. Bro, that was beautiful. That was like not even a 10-cent slippage right there. Closed out 142.44.8, which is right at where it closed. That's why I love my Forex fund. 661 bucks, 0.2% increase on that trade. So that was a great trade. Thankfully, still in this trade, Shane. Interested to see how it plays out. Yeah, this was such an annoying stop, man. But again, you can't like. I'm a human, okay? I'm allowed to be upset, but I'm not gonna sit here and blame the market, right, for me getting, because it is what it is. But these are the most like, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth when you get stopped like this, because and then it ends up just tagging you out just ever so slightly, because you're just like, man, come on, bro, come on. But you're gonna have it. You're gonna have it. Cap, how far is the phase 1? So funny story about this prop account with phase 1. Okay, so this I can't. So the reason I can't share with you guys the actual screen. So you see how on my camera here, this is the MT5 with the bots. I can't share with you guys the actual screen because it has pretty sensitive information on the screen itself. It has my account number. It has the connection number. It has all of these different things that if you did want to be kind of, I guess, bad, you could do some bad things with it. You could connect it and do a bunch of bad stuff. So I can't share with you guys on the screen the actual MT5 account. But the funny story with that is I was making a ton of mistakes at the beginning. This is why I'm doing this forward test, is to show proof of concept for the service that I'm going to come out with in the future with these bots, with a prop firm that I'm going to partner with that's good, is to show that like this bot can take trades passively. It can take really good trades. It can pass prop accounts, that type of stuff. But I'm running this. So at the beginning, I was making a ton of mistakes. So it wasn't the bot's fault in the sense that I'm still down. It was just me making the lot sizes incorrectly, coding it incorrectly, that type of stuff. So I'm still down $947 on the overall account because at the beginning, I was not trading, like I was not including the lot sizes that I should have because I didn't understand the coding language that I had to have TradingView communicate with MT5 with. So that was just on me. So we're still down 900 bucks, but again, it's not because of the bot, and it's not. It was just a bunch of just growing pains, and I would much rather have those growing pains with me than to open the service up to you guys and then mess around with your guys' accounts. So, but now it's running smoothly, and ever since running smoothly, we've been just on the incline. Here, I'll show. Let's see. I'll show the actual portfolio ever since it was starting here. You guys can see the risk management. So here, I'll take a screenshot of the trades. Ever since it started running smoothly, you can see it's been killing it. So here's the account. Okay. So you can see we're still down. I thought it said, yeah, right here, 947 is how much we're still down. But this is when, at the end of July, when I actually started getting the bot to work, like take the lot sizes correctly and all that stuff. Now we were actually running smoothly. So the first win was 1265. You can see how the losses. Now this is it trading US 500. So it's UJ, and it also trades US 500 because I have this bot paired with this US 500 bot, right? So it was, so the reason why some of these wins are a little bit higher or lower is because it's also trading S&P 500, which has its own different lot parameters. So that's why it's trading 80 lots of this and 3 lots of this. So you can see, though, compare it with the UJ win. Here is another UJ win because it closed early. Let's see, does it have a UJ loss here? Is this UJ? Yeah, UJ loss. So you see an average win is 1265, an average full loss is 754. Again, positive risk management. Here's another full win with US 1349 because we were slightly up. Took another loss, but again, losses are smaller than the wins. Here was a partial profit with US 500 because it ended the session early, so it closed out. Here was a partial loss with UJ because, again, the session ended. And then here was the win today, 661, a partial win because, again, the session ended. So that's where we're at currently with that portfolio. It's been pretty good, though, man. I think it'll take about probably a month to give or take. It just depends on the market, you know. But I think it has some legs to really do some damage. Do you teach the Wolfpack how to use the UJ bot? Yes. Well, the service itself, that's going to be something completely different. You guys aren't going to have the ability. So the Wolfpack traders, you guys won't have the ability to necessarily use it and connect it to MT5. That's still going to be a separate service that I'm going to offer. But again, it's only going to be with the Wolfpack. It's just, hey, if you want this service, it's going to be for you guys. I don't think I'm going to take it public, or maybe I will in the future. I don't know yet. This is super new. But I will be doing, when I release it this Wednesday with the Wolfpack, I will do a whole tutorial video, on how to manipulate the settings, how to go in here and mess with the settings, how to play with optimizing the bot, how to do all this stuff. That's what I will be showing the Wolfpack. DDoS and Docs Austin. Yeah, we don't want none of that. But yeah, look at this, man. Even on the 15-minute time frame, all this green is telling me, it's the indicator telling me we're still super strong for a breakout. So we'll see how this trade plays out. Now the NASBot, so here's another cool thing I'm doing with these bots is in the future, one of my goals is to pretty much kind of use these bots as like a mini little hedge fund where I have a few different accounts. Say like I have one account running UJ and S&P, I have another account running UJ and NAS, another account running UJ and US30, and it's kind of just like hedging all of my trades, right? So for instance, if I had a portfolio of say 3 or 4 different accounts using these bots, right? Today, let's say we had a UJ compared with my NASBot here. My NASBot took a loss, right? A 1R loss, but then this one won a little over a 1R win, right? So this would have balanced out and then some and actually made money because it's just that overall, you're trading a diversified amount of assets versus just sticking to this or just sticking to this. So that's why I love pairing UJ, which is in another time frame, with all of these three, so that way it kind of hedges your bets, right? And then some days you'll have really good trading days. Like Friday, my US 500 bot hit full take profit, and then Friday for my UJ bot, it barely lost because it closed the trade later because the session ended. So this is another great example where it balances out that loss and makes a little bit of money here. So it's kind of like running a little mini hedge firm. When I'm ready for prop challenge, which one do you suggest? I think for all the new people getting started, I love my Forex funds. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but my Forex funds has great spreads. They have the ability to give you refunds once you fully pass. You make a very small percentage in your overall prop account. So in your phase 1, you make 2% of your profits. And in phase 2, you make 4% of your profits. And then you get a full refund once you make it to your first payout. So I think all that's amazing because then you're just riding free. You're doing all that for free. But if you don't want to do my Forex funds, Crypto Fund Trader is another great one. Bespoke, Smart Prop Trader. All of them are really good. Just make sure you get a really good one, man. You see so many people, and I had to tell my group this the other day, like, bro, some of these prop firms are so sketchy. Like, don't waste your time and effort, especially if you aren't funded yet. Don't waste your time on these new prop firms that are super sketchy. They may be super cheap for the challenges, but if they don't have the money to actually pay you, don't, like, people hear like, oh, it's only $50 for $100,000 account. And you take all this time and say you do pass it, but the prop firm's bogus and they don't have the liquidity to actually pay you. You did all that time for nothing. Just, if you're just starting out, man, build a foundation with quality prop firms that do have a reputation, that have paid you out. Don't be going with any of these sketchy ones. Like, I have a whole list in my Discord of ones that I trust. Let's see. These are ones that I trust. And again, this isn't like the end-all be-all list. There's other ones that I'm looking at, but I made this in April or June, right? So this is the ones that I currently like. Now I've added to this a little bit, right? But just a good general rule of thumb: Crypto Fund Trader, my Forex funds; the Funded Trader, Smart Prop Trader, my Funded FX; Smart Funded Trader, FTMO, Bespoke, Blue Guardian, all those. I've talked to even some of the CEOs of these ones. So just reputable ones that have histories of paying out a ton of money. Hey, Austin, do we get the breakout indicator in the Wolfpack? Yes. So I'm going to be this Wednesday giving the Wolfpack the bots. And then probably the goal is to the week after next, so next week or maybe the week after, whenever my developer can finish it. You see how there's just a bunch of indicators here? I don't want you guys to have this where there's just a ton. I want there to be one master indicator. And then within that indicator, you can toggle on and off which ones you want to see. So even the free TradingView users, they only need to add one indicator to their chart. And then that one indicator will have all of these. Okay, so I don't want to give you all access to all of them because it takes up so much of my time to add every individual user 4 or 5 different times. So instead, I'm just going to wait for my developer to get that coded up and fixed, and then you guys will have everything all at once. That's my goal. But all right, guys, I'm probably just going to let this trade play out. I do have some work I got to get to. It is noon for me. I'm just going to let this trade play out. If you're a Wolfpack member, I'll let you guys know what's happening. If I get stopped out or if I get full take profit, whatever the case may be, I'll let you guys know in the chat. But hey, I really appreciate you guys chilling with me. I really hope you took something away from this live stream, and I hope you learned. I really love the growth that we're doing on this channel, and I really appreciate you guys investing your time. Like always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay grinding on your goals and never let anyone tell you that you can't do something they have never done themselves. All right, especially when it comes to trading. If your best friend, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your dog, and you guys like, bro, trading's risky, and they've never done it themselves, why in the world would you listen to them, right? All right, so I love you guys. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.